Executioner!
Welcome to the club where them niggas get the bullets. Loaded up guns with the trigger and we pull it. We got bad bitches talking cause they do this. Run up on us, you get dropped, bitch, you stupid. Stupid, you don't want me pull a knife to a ring fight. Switchblade, blade runner on the king, right? Magic killer on the floor, devil in your six. The art of finesse by fucking on your chick. We don't throw down in the air, we just shoot up. The girl want a beast king, cause she chews up. I'm too sweet on the lips, now she booed up. She don't fuck with losers, her niggas just screwed up. These niggas thinking all the realest, fell off the floor, started laughing at you stupid niggas. Life is war when you out here grinding and you hustle. I'll make sure that you niggas won't score, I'ma leave your ass scorn. Call me Jay White and I'm the switchblade. Hit the blade runner on these bitch maids. Why you little niggas play with Beyblades?
You bow down to the king, I'm your sensei.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Get your ass whooped like Buffet. I finesse 3 or 4s like Chris Bay. Yeah, you can keep your mouth closed. Comprende?
I'm over here while I'm with the Bullet Club. Switchblade hit your belly, good to be your dub. Me and LP gotta get it out the mud. Pulverizing hot beats, that's what I love. In the VIP with the red speed, cause the game stay cold like Gretzky. We not playing basketball, don't press me. Man, which dude want their face messy? Got more bars than the boulevard. I'm just like a dealer, stay pulling cars. And unpredictable when I'm fully charged. When your entourage over with a fucking car. Got that rock from China. When she slip that shit, I will grind her. My J's white, you can't find her. Awesome caliber like Illa.
Call me Jay White and I'm the switchblade. Hit the blade runner on these bitch maids. Why you little niggas play with Beyblades?
You bow down to the king, I'm your sensei.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Get your ass whooped like Buffet. I finesse 3 or 4s like Chris Bay. Yeah, you can keep your mouth closed. Comprende? Call me Jay White and I'm the switchblade. Hit the blade runner on these bitch maids. Why you little niggas play with Beyblades?
You bow down to the king, I'm your sensei.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Get your ass whooped like Buffet. I finesse 3 or 4s like Chris Bay. Yeah, you can keep your mouth closed. Comprende?
1 2 1 2. What's goody, B? Yo, that's my guy, LaRon Pierce, featuring yours truly, Illa Artist Sandman, called Switchblade. Make sure you get that everywhere, though. Everyone. Episode 140 of the Roundtable. We talk about the old-fashioned rats and let y'all know what's happening. You dig? What's going on, Black Star? Nobody does high-speed changes like my state. And everybody be safe out there when it comes to vehicular type of shenanigans. But yeah, make sure everybody pull up. You already know the vibes. Stop playing. And talk about motherfucking Judgment Day all over the goddamn place every single week. Like, I get it. You know, Judgment Day, they're popping right now. I get it. But geez Louise. Enough. Have Judgment Day in your show, of course. You know what I mean? But do the whole show and do the whole damn week. This report saying that the Bloodline's not going to be at SmackDown on Friday. So what? Judgment Day is going to be there to fill in for Bloodline. I'm just tired of WWE when it comes to overbooking shit. Every time when something works, they overbook it. Well, 90% of the time. Judgment Day starts off the show. Judgment Day's in the main event with the same motherfuckers. Triple threat tag. Either a triple threat tag or a tag team.
And get this, most of the time they lose. Shit is fucking retarded. Yeah, shouts go out to my dude. Schleck Daddy, pause. You got Judgment Day to the left, Judgment Day to the right, Judgment Day straight up your fucking ass. They're on Monday, they're on Tuesday, they might as well just go to Impact. Fuck it. Just go over there too. Go to AEW. Just, hey, fuck it. Spread like mayonnaise. And it's like, damn. Now, I thought of it. I'm like, you know what? NWO was like that. I remember. You know, NWO, they will start off the show, and more than likely, they will end off the show. But at least NWO was entertaining. Judgment Day is not as entertaining as NWO. Like, so, what's up? He said, we have a ton to get into tonight. We have Punk going old school, Roman Reigns kicking the Miz out of tour buses type shit. Yo, I heard this dude Punk wanted to smoke with this dude, Ryan Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler's Brody. Like, I heard he was all up in this dude's face like, yo, do we got a problem here? Over that tweet. This dude Ryan Nemeth has sent out. Softest man on earth? Well, softest man in wrestling? What he said? This dude Punk approached this dude like, yo, do we got a problem? Right. Charles, go out to my guy over there. Yo, Off the Cuff Radio. Make sure y'all sub to Off the Cuff Radio, B. My guys be interviewing everybody from the true school to the new school, trappers, all that shit. Up and comers, the voice of the voices. Make sure you sub to Off the Cuff Radio on YouTube. Yeah, man. Yeah, CM Punk may be on that tweet and shit. He may tweet, Xing. That's another thing too. Since it's called X now, what did they Xing now? They're not tweeting, they're Xing. Anyways, CM Punk be on that type of time. Yeah, he was sent out a tweet and all that shit, but CM Punk be about that motherfucking that smoke. Like, he'll be like, yo, what's good? We could squabble right now. Just like this shit with the whole the Young Bucks debacle. Young Bucks try to chin music this dude locker room door down, and what'd he do? He washed them dudes up early. I give CM Punk that. That's one thing you can't say about CM Punk. He ain't never run from no fight, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I can tell, CM Punk never ran from no damn fight. He may be a little whiny crybaby, whatever, but he be with the smoke. Look, he almost washed up Jungle Boy ass as well. I didn't even know about that. Nah, because you already know how it is when motherfuckers be sending out tweets or they be tweeting. I'm like, so can you still call it tweeting? Or is it Xing now? This is called X. Fucking retard. That dude, what's his name again? Elon Musk. Yeah, he must be Musk when it comes to his odor. Yeah, he'll get his ass whooped, but he ain't backing down. Like a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers be tweeting and deleting. And then when you see him in person, they ain't speaking. Let me drop that link real quick, though. Oh, yeah, and happy born day to my guy, Scott. Make sure y'all put those, either a birthday cake or them shot of whiskey or shot of Henny in the chat for Scott's birthday. I'm waiting for him to pull up. Where you at, Scott? Because I want Scott to start off the show because it's his birthday or whatever. And you can yeah, he's definitely been an OG. He's been one of the OGs of the round table. So let me know if you're in the chat real quick, Scott. Put a shot of Henny or put a birthday cake, whatever. Or toast it up to this dude Scott's birthday today. What's good, Marcus Brown? Oh God, here you go. I'm gonna drop the link, but check this out, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link, but I'm gonna let Scott go first. I'm gonna give him a few minutes to talk his shit. You know what I mean? It's his birthday, so I'm gonna let Scott cook real quick. You know what I mean? There you go, right there, B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit the link too if y'all want, but y'all just gonna have to stay backstage and shit. Let Scott cook. After Scott cook, I'm gonna open up the floodgates. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it, B. I see you guys in the background, but like I said from before, I'm gonna let Scott do what he do, and then I'm gonna open up the floodgates. You
Yo,
happy born day, you bum.
thank you. I kind of wish I was a female. I would have gotten some damn money. You know, men don't get no
What
love.
the fuck?
No, I'm telling you, men don't get gifts like that for birthdays. All you gotta do if you're a female, all you gotta do is post a Cash App or a Zelle, and about 50 thirsty dudes will send about $20, $30, thinking they're gonna buy their weight in some pussy. So it is what it is.
Oh man, shit. That's why you gotta grind to get your own bread. You don't need all that.
I know. I just thought like, damn, maybe one day that happens.
Yo, so all right, so put your cash app in the chat and see if anybody show you some love.
Well,
You know what I mean? This dude over here, Scott, you know what I mean? He wishing
actually,
you a OnlyFans type girl.
I don't even use Cash App because that shit's a damn what is it? That thing is a damn scam. Meaning you mess around and
And
catch a freaking a scammer. But up to the next one. I was gonna talk about the AEW pay-per-view, but we're flooded by the bad decision booking of WWE. I I I don't know who to blame. Judgment Day is everywhere. Judgment Day is losing.
right.
And we got all this Judgment Day shit, but Rhea Ripley hasn't defended the title since technically, if you think about it, Backlash, because those other defenses didn't mean nothing. So what are we doing with the title?
They building this chick.
Raquel Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Well, Rodriguez, what the fuck her name is?
Yeah, whatever. She changed up her last name like every week. Who cares?
And not even that, they also running the Cody thing into the ground. I'm like, dude, if you the superhero, why you getting your ass whooped by Judgment Day? If they keep taking L's, why you taking an ass whooping? But the real thing I'm thinking about is all the overhype about this match in London, because they talking about AEW sold more than what SummerSlam sold in '92. First off, the stadium is a lot bigger, so they better sell more than 73,000. But the thing is, are they gonna deliver? Well, I have not heard no matches.
Have you been drinking today so already? Like you
No.
sound a little off a little bit, my dude. And that's cool.
Just tired.
Are you tired? Oh, okay. Like because you sound
But,
a little, little tipsy. And I get it, it's
like
your birthday and shit.
I might be stuttering a little, but
It's all good though.
I haven't heard no match card for All In. All we know about is what? Adam Cole and MGF. That's about it.
Well, yeah, you haven't been paying attention, my dude. But that's what I'm gonna do, right? I'll let you start it off, and I'm gonna open up the floodgates and have everybody come in and wish you a happy birthday. How that sound?
Yeah, because I need some. Yeah, because I need some insights on that All In pay-per-view because we.
Hold on, Scott. I have to get in a good one before I say.
Yeah, let me guess. I was clapping Linda cheeks.
Hey, happy
that much for real.
Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, brother.
But I'm about to turn heel on you. What's up with? I say I'm about to turn heel. It's just we just have funny games here. So I'm about to tell Linda
But
McMahon
that's the
joke.
phone number. That's the phone number linked to the Zelle. If y'all want to put it in the chat.
So I'm about to tell. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, I
Yeah.
can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So Scott, you like Linda McMahon, huh? So if you like Linda McMahon, that means you like Martha Stewart, huh? You want to get Martha Stewart.
I'm not going to answer that.
If you like
You know, if you answer that,
You
answer
might
that
have to ask.
blaming
You,
be an all-time fucking record.
you know what? Is she a billionaire?
What?
Is Martha Stewart a billionaire?
Yeah, but come on, she's like 85. No, she ain't
So
80. She like 78. She's still old.
Here's the funny thing.
Like her clit lips might be like dried roast beef.
That you might have to
I'll
ask.
roll one up.
You might
I'll
have to
smoke
ask
with it,
Snoop
though.
Dogg that question because he can deny all he wants.
Hey, what?
I guarantee he's smashing Martha Stewart.
But how
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 do
you like Linda? You know, if you clap her, you gonna be hit. You gonna be making static waves and stuff. If you hear, so how?
So here's my thing about the Linda McMahon situation.
Y'all just not gonna let that die. All right.
they're gonna fuck with him tonight because it's
Check
his
this
birthday.
out.
So this is birthday lumps.
It's just like how Stedman is messing with Oprah. He's only there for the money. I don't know how he put.
Stephanie's correction.
Yo, Toph is retarded, yo.
I don't know how
This
he
correction is
puts up with living in her beach house, but he's living rent free, and all he has to do is just show up and do an appearance. And
Yo, Stedman, I don't know how he does it. I don't know why he did it. Man, I don't know. Like Stedman is crazy. Like this dude's been with Oprah for 50 years, and he put a ring on his finger once.
Hey, it's working.
I hear that's Oprah.
Hey, I had to turn heel though because you see my profile picture. You see my profile picture. Y'all remember that AJ Styles Hero run in 2019? He was actually good in that role.
So, do y'all think the pressure's on AEW on the 26th of August?
Big time.
No,
I'm just hoping for a good show. To be honest with you,
They have to deliver. They have no choice.
AJ Styles. That's cool.
Yeah, I got something to say about the CM Punk situation. I got a big thing.
Toph was goody. You good? You over there, Toph?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Miyagi Toph Miyagi.
No, he looked like as you Is you playing take a what his take a you know what daddy and that picture over there what you eating a number 35
Marcus,
chop
you never
suey
watched
dinner.
The Karate Kid.
Just
I
Nah,
know
he,
who
nah,
he is, but
I, the
I know
Karate
who
Kid
he
is
is.
way
I was
before his
just
time.
trying.
before we
I,
get started though, I got just a very short sound clip to sum up Raw, just 6 seconds, and here we go.
Oh
Yo,
Lord.
you're gonna need to play that fucking sound bite a few times during this show.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with you. The
Yo,
only
man,
thing
yo,
that
I
I've
was
been enjoying,
I had
the
some
only
free
thing that
time
I've been
yesterday.
liking about Raw is Gunther, and that's saying something.
did y'all even watch the
I'm gonna keep
four?
this. I'm gonna keep this
no,
brief.
I didn't.
I'm gonna
I don't have
I'm gonna
to.
keep
Well, if
I'm gonna
y'all
keep this
Bruh,
woulda,
brief because
if
I don't
y'all,
want to stay
Raw
on
was
this all night. I want to keep positive vibes tonight. I actually had a free time. I normally don't have Mondays off. I had all Monday off, and I actually sat down and I watched. It was my first Raw from
that shit
beginning
was
to
brutal.
end,
It
and
was brutal.
I think like
But,
3 years
hold on,
Raw
Tove.
went.
Before you continue on, Tove, today's Scott's birthday.
Oh yo, what's up? Happy birthday, bro! How many years, man? How many years?
42.
That's a
Nice.
Oh
blessing.
wow,
22 at
That's a
all.
both
nice.
blessing.
y'all the same age, right? Both you saying, man, you and him the same
Nah,
age, right?
he's 1 year older than me.
I know what they say, man. Black don't crack. We all look like we're 20 still, you know.
Early.
Man,
Hey,
I'm
but I
telling you, you
was,
know what
that's
the
the
trick?
make
The trick
the
I
is
goal is
was,
to
water.
make it to
Hold on, check
40.
it. I got you. I got your birthday, boy. Give me 1 second. The trick is water and vegetables. Water
Yes,
and
it
vegetables.
is.
well, if you could live 114 years like that
I'm not
old
trying to live that
woman we heard
long,
about.
bro. I'm not trying to be 114. Fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
Like that's just ridiculous.
And don't
Get
worry,
me the
I'm old to
get,
the point where I can't move my whole body. Only
and
thing
don't
I
get
can
me
worry,
the
move in my body is my
get me the
eyes.
85. I'm good. Get me the 85. I'm good. I won't feel bad.
Well,
Like
this might
motherfucker,
sound,
motherfucker be a human tree.
this might sound crazy, but I'm a invent a machine that stop aging.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
trying to
wait a minute.
become a scientist. I'm
That's
I'm
Hold
gonna
gonna
on.
make
be
a
a
Before
time
we
thing.
get
machine.
hold
Before
on,
we
before we
move
get too far,
forward,
before we get too far off, Toph was saying
Magoo,
something respectfully.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
yeah. I was
Magoo.
Let
gonna
Toph
say,
finish what he was saying.
I was gonna keep this brief because I want to, transition a little into the TNA topic we were talking about earlier. I had the day off yesterday. It was my first Raw from beginning to end, legitimately, and I'd say about maybe 3 years. Sometimes I may watch a clip or two on YouTube, or I may catch like the last hour or something. But it was my first time watching Raw from beginning to end. I think since 2020. And when I was watching, the crowd was dead. At first, I thought they were in Tupelo, Mississippi. No offense to any Mississippi viewers or something. I had no clue they were in Canada, which surprised me because Canada is usually like one of the hotter crowds. And that was when it was brought to my attention that, well, actually, when Impact or AEW, when they go to Canada, yeah, the crowds are hot. But in more recent years, I guess when WWE goes to Canada, it's kind of like, eh. I remember like when Sammy was still with the Bloodline, there was a SmackDown. He was like in a fatal 4-way for Intercontinental title. I remember the crowd was pretty hot then. But anyway, to keep it short, I was watching Raw, man, and man, the show just had like no energy at all. There was just no energy. Like, they all right, so Sonya's hurt. And it's like, okay, well, how are they gonna fix this? And I like the idea. I mean, it's shit anyway, but I like the idea of Chelsea talking about, oh, we're gonna have auditions. It fits her character. She's a Karen,
I
right?
thought that
Like,
that
all
was
right.
going to be funny as hell.
Right. I was looking forward to that. I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get like tryouts like American Idol or something. And then here
We
comes
got
Piper
Dough
Niven,
Drop.
happy she's back. But then Piper Niven just comes back and she's just like, oh, I'm the champion now. Like, that's it. Like,
And that's my main thing, right?
Well, you asked
And
where
I
Piper
wanted to
Niven
hold on,
was,
TKO.
man.
I got you, I got you, TKO. There's the thing, right? Just because Monday Night Raw substitute certain superstars to fill in for the others that's injured or not being used anymore, and they use them within the same fucking formula as a whole damn card, doesn't mean the show was hot.
Yeah, this Raw
All they
was
did was
good.
put it on. This like we copying and pasting.
And
I
I think
got two more things. I got two more things.
Yeah, and hold on. I got one more thing I wanted to say because I can't stand Raw. The other thing, every single person that just got recently called up from NXT is losing. Grayson Waller losing. This dude, JD McDonough already losing. The losses, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's WWE deal when it comes to motherfuckers just constantly losing, and then after that, maybe like a year or two later, then they start winning when motherfuckers don't even give a fuck anymore.
The last time they actually let someone from NXT win was Samoa
Ben
Joe.
Balor.
Crispy. Yeah. All right, okay. Well, here are my two last points. I was going to move on. Even though the crowd was dead and the show was whatever, I really wanted to power through and finish watching it because it was my first time watching a Raw in 3 years.
You said
they
power through.
When they lost me, and it's not just a WWE thing, so I'm not going to just throw WWE under the bus. This is a problem in wrestling today, but unfortunately it happened on Raw. Where they lost me, it comes to my understanding that last week there was a 6-man tag with the Judgment Day against Cody, Rollins, and Nakamura. Cody's team won, then Nakamura, I guess, turned heel and took out Seth. So this was going to be a segment where it's like, okay, Nakamura, explain yourself. So he comes out. Obviously, he can't talk English very well. Whatever. Here comes Seth.
Wait, he spoke Japanese.
Where I hate it when wrestling does this. I fucking hate it. This is my biggest pet peeve. And this shit never fucking happened in the 80s. It never happened in the 90s. It didn't even happen in the 2000s. It started happening in the 2010s. I fucking hate it when you have a babyface champion get attacked, and then the person that attacks him comes out, and then the very next week, the babyface just comes out all smiling and shit. Like, dude, this dude fucking kicked you in the face. And you're coming
now you
out
see how I
like
feel
dancing.
about Kofi Kingston.
Right, I fucking hate that shit. You would never see Stone Cold or The Rock, getting attacked by Triple H or whoever, and then just coming out. No, they were going to get even the next week. You never saw Brett do that, or Shawn Michaels do that, or Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage. No, they were pissed the next week.
There was
No. Shawn Michaels actually did that. Shawn Michaels did that a lot of times, actually.
Hey, y'all know why? Y'all know why Raw was silent? Because basically 99% of that show was all NXT originals. The only NXT non-originals was Cody and Trish on the last night's show. And I said this weeks for weeks and stuff. Not everybody knows what these indie wrestlers are. So when they come up to the main roster to showcase, people be confused because they don't watch NXT like that, or they wasn't watching NXT back in the day. They don't know none of these people. So all these new people, which I could praise WWE on showcasing new talent, but people just don't know these people. It was all new people on that show last night.
Okay,
Yo, Sandman, I sent a link off what Piper Niven said to Chelsea Green, what it reminds me of. But anyways, you guys might like it.
Yeah.
Hold on. What I wanted to say real quick is I definitely agree with what you're saying, Marcus. But this is WWE's job to get the crowd or the viewers, to get them engaged, to get them familiar when it comes to this upcoming NXT talent. How much times does WWE or the main roster, Vince McMahon, whoever, Triple H, whoever, how much times do they just blatantly just throw motherfuckers in the deep end of the pool? They do this shit all the time. Like a motherfucker will be a beast or NXT, and then bring them to the main roster out of nowhere randomly up against a mega star, and then they'll lose in like 2 minutes. How you expect them to get over?
Let me
hold on, wait, what's that sound in the background?
That ain't me.
That ain't me.
I'm pretty sure it's you.
No, it's not me. I don't got nothing planned. Why y'all always blaming
That
me?
was Scott. No, that was Scott.
Oh, that was
That was
Scott. Okay.
Scott. Yeah, I
My bad,
appreciate
Marcus.
that. I appreciate you muting
It's
Scott.
also time for people, because I've said this before on the show a few times. You know, I've been quiet for a long time. You know, that match between Becky and Trish, that shit wasn't it. I know Trish is 20 years older. I get that. But Trish aside, it's also time for a large amount of the fans out there to just admit Becky's not that good either. I'm sorry. I've said
I
this
just
before
want to laugh
on the
at the
Roundtable,
fans.
and I'll say it again. The only reason Becky even has her spot is because Nia Jax punched her in the fucking face. She owes her entire career to Nia Jax. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look,
That whole demand.
I legit can't defend Trish Stratus anymore.
I want to laugh at the fans, at everybody who wanted that match to be at SummerSlam. That's what y'all wanted? Ha ha. Yeah, okay.
Better. And to put them in a cage,
Yep.
at Backlash.
Oh,
Hell no.
now they're putting him in a
Hell
steel
no.
cage match. Now they're running that shit back. Oh
Hell
god.
no.
They really
Hey,
gonna put Trish
That's
Stratus
what
in the
y'all
cage though? That's the thing. Can
hey,
Trish Stratus even last in the cage?
I
That's
don't
what
think
y'all.
so.
That's what
and
these
y'all
dumb
I don't
get
think
for
so.
choosing
and
nostalgia.
y'all and everybody here should blame the fans because they wanted the women to get the equal opportunities like the
Oh yeah,
males that
right.
they
But let's
get.
just. I
Right.
agree. But let's just be
You're
Right.
right.
honest. I
Right.
understand. Listen, I
That's why I
understand
say
that there are
that's why I
some
say
great.
TNA's the best, because TNA didn't push their
Listen,
girls to be like, oh, our girls can do it too. If TNA had a feud where if there was a women's feud in TNA that could compete with the men, then that main evented. And if they didn't, then they were in the opening match or middle of the show. That's how it should be. You know, this
Hey,
SJW shit is
Hey,
killing
you
me.
know what it is? You know what I liked about the Knockouts division is that they didn't try to compete with the men, like we just said. They try to compete against themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they was trying to make
they
me
were
so.
trying to really wrestle.
You
Right.
said what?
Right.
But
They were
one
trying
thing
to
I would
really wrestle,
defend,
bro.
that I
Right.
would defend WWE on last night was that scene with Nakamura and Seth when he whispered something into
Yeah, that shit was
Seth.
mad pause.
And Seth kind of looked at him kind of like what the fuck do you mean? And then
Exactly. See how he looked at him? He was like, "Yo, my
Yeah.
dude, what type of shit you just whispered to me?"
I was all like, okay, there's something there.
He looked at him. You know, he looked at him like he said, "Yo, I'll wear Becky Lynch's pajamas."
Right.
Hey,
One last thing.
hey,
I got a question.
One last thing I wanted to say. The one last
Yo.
thing I want to say about Raw, and I say this as someone who is not a fan of this person. I've never been a fan of this person, but I will respect the work ethic that's being put in. I've never been a Finn Balor guy. Never was. I just never got it. To me, he's just average at best. But
Now
I'll
you
say
always
this.
said that, Toby. You did always say that.
I did. Yeah, I was never really impressed by Finn Balor. But that being said, I'll say this. I'm looking at him this year, and I'm just like, okay, you guys are pushing the Judgment Day as your top heel faction on Raw. All right, this bloodline stuff is cooling off. You're trying to transition to the Judgment Day. All right, but if you want the Judgment Day to be this new top heel faction, you know, if you pay attention this year, every time there's a big match, like when it matters,
It's Finn.
Balor loses. He lost to
Yeah.
Edge. And I said that night, I said that Edge beating Balor made no fucking sense. I said Balor's
Yeah.
going to be
Mania
Edge
match or-
isn't.
Talk about the Mania match.
Well,
And remember,
Well,
he was
to
the
be-
demon. Nonetheless,
Well,
he was the
to be-
demon. Edge
well,
beat
to
the
be-
demon.
Finn
Edge
lost
to be
to
fair,
Edge.
I mean,
Finn
well,
lost
to be-
to
not the
Edge.
Edge.
I was
Demon.
saying,
Go ahead,
well,
go ahead.
to be fair,
Hold on, Marcus. Let TKO go
Okay.
because TKO barely said anything. Go ahead, TKO.
Nah, I was just agreeing with Tobe. I mean, Finn. I was praising Finn for being for changing up for them changing his character with the whole Judgment Day thing. I thought this was gonna be like his resurgence, but yeah, he lost every big feud he was in this year. He lost to Edge.
But
He
to
lost to Seth. He lost to
Twice.
he just
be,
he lost to
be
Seth
fair,
back to back, and he just lost to Cody again.
but to be fair to Finn, look at his New Japan run. He lost every single big match that he was in except for Baby 2.
You're comparing a
Yeah,
rookie.
But that's
I was
the
also-
thing that I don't like. That y'all already know how I feel about wins and losses.
It just
You know what I
seems to
mean?
me that
I just hate when motherfuckers do that shit. I really do. Like with Nakamura. How was this dude just magically the number one contender? This shit is fucking retarded.
it just seems to me like normally when you look at like most people from NXT that got called up, they had a good run in NXT, and then it's like, you know, they're not used very well on the main roster, or they had a good run on NXT, maybe have one run as champ, and then after that they're just like whatever. But with Finn, it's like his best shit is NXT. On the main roster, he's never ever at any point ever been booked as
and why do you think?
contender.
Why do you think that is though, Chokes? I don't get it
Because
because
they think
on
because they
NXT,
think
he
he's
looked
a
like a
vanilla
monster.
midget.
I guess when you get to the main roster, you gotta turn down the style of your wrestling. When Finn's in NXT, he's more strong style, and
That
you're not
shoulder
allowed to do
injury-
that in main roster.
That shoulder injury fucked him over. So
See, what gets me
Yeah,
is
but
that
that
one of
wasn't
the
his
reasons why
fault.
I've never cared about Finn is that just as from a character standpoint, like he's a good wrestler, but from a character standpoint, he just never gave me anything to make me care. But this stuff with Seth, for the first time, I was
I got
actually
these
kind of like,
cheeseburgers,
oh,
Seth.
I thought he was gonna.
right.
thought
I was
Finn was gonna
invested
win
in
the
the
world
Seth thing because
title.
it's like, wait a minute, like Seth, they had their match at SummerSlam 7 years. I was like, damn, has it really been 7 years? It has been 7 years. You know, the power bomb, Finn hurt his arm.
Yeah.
Finn even had 7 tattooed on the same arm that was hurt.
I thought
And I
Finn
was like,
was gonna win the title at SummerSlam. I really did.
when his best version of Finn was when he was with New Japan and when he had Bad Luck Fale,
yeah.
and he had people doing shit for him, even though he really didn't, or he could win matches by himself. He always had people doing his bidding. I'm not saying that Prince should be the new Bad Luck Fale because he has the money in the bank. Why the fuck would he be somebody's lackey or somebody's heavy? He needs Judgment Day to be built around him. He needs to be.
I would tell you what Damian Priest
yeah.
needs to do. I would tell you what Damian Priest needs to do. He needs to beat Cody Rhodes clean. That's what Damian Priest needs to do. A one-on-one match. Damian Priest needs to beat Cody Rhodes clean.
At Backlash?
Wait, what? Isn't the next pay-per-view Payback?
Oh, Payback. Yeah, there you go. Payback. At Payback?
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, Judgment Day, even with JD McDonough in the mix, they need to start teasing a breakup between these guys because at this point, ain't nobody's looking good.
Yeah, you know what? JD McDonough, this dude JD McDonough is coming out of nowhere just barking orders. Why is that? How are they not explaining? Hold on, they're not explaining. Like, did we get an explanation why JD McDonough just came out of nowhere and started barking orders at Judgment Day?
Yeah,
him and Finn. You know what they doing? Him and Finn are friends. That's it.
You know, but did this dude Finn even explain that? The Finn said like, "Yo, we didn't even know Finn Balor was a leader. Like, we didn't know Finn Balor was a leader."
Finn explained.
You know what they're doing?
A couple of weeks ago.
Y'all know what they doing?
So Finn ain't the leader. Apparently, it's Ripley.
Ripley's the most over one in the group, so how is she not the leader?
We never had a solidified leader.
Y'all know what they doing? Y'all know what they
Ripley like the leader.
Y'all know what they doing because all the teasers and stuff they build in War Games match months in advance. Months in advance
there's
because
no War Games this year.
Yeah, like Judgment Day gotta be in War Games.
It makes sense.
There's no War Games this year.
They like the main stable.
I say this based on all the teasers.
Yeah, I heard that too, Scott. I heard also there was no War Games this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, but I think it is because based on all the teasers and stuff, we are possibly getting Judgment Day versus Sammy, Cody, and maybe DIY because you know Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell they got problems with Judgment Day, so them having problems that might bring Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. Either they be in the mix or we get KO or Set in the match. Either DIY or KO and Set with Sammy and Cody versus
I got to be honest
Judgment
with
Day.
you, Marcus. What you
Nope,
just said,
they
that's
doing
very
bragging
ambitious.
rights.
That's very ambitious, and I'm not against the match, but just based off that crowd last night, if we actually expect, because it's already what's today? What, August 15th, right?
Yeah.
We're about at the halfway point through August. Just based off that crowd last night, if you're proposing DIY is to be back and to actually like first of all, we have to get them back together. Then we
They're
have to
teasing it
introduce
backstage.
them to the main roster. Then we have to sort of tell a story for the main roster to care and actually react to them. But more importantly, we have to do all that by Survivor Series, which is just 2.5 months away. And
you know what's
last
a
night,
goofy shit, Toe? You know what's a goofy shit? They did tease that shit. DIY coming back, but I don't know if it was actually on Raw. I think it was on this dude Ciampa's
apparently Vince canceled
Instagram.
it. Apparently Vince canceled it, and that's not
No,
me
hold
calling
on.
Vince under the
So hold on,
bus.
check it out. I think it was on Ciampa's Instagram.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
You seen it? He was posting up of
The missing photos.
this dude
missing
Ciampa, not
photos,
Ciampa,
yeah.
Gargano
Gargano
being
said something
MIA
about
missing
Gargano said something
Gargano
about-
posters.
Yeah, he said something about Uncle Ciampa on a segment a couple of weeks ago. Then it just got dropped. Apparently, Vince is not a fan of the way DIY or Gargano in general. Which
What is Vince a fan of?
Charlotte Flair.
Videos.
Anybody
That's why I've
that's
said.
anybody
That's
that's
why I've
not
always said.
Charlotte
People always say
Flair.
they want Adam Cole to be in WWE. I'm like, bro, just look at how they're using Gargano. They're not using him at all. Like that's all you got to see.
Right.
Speaking of missing, I gotta ask this question too. Where the hell are these two chicks? Fucking Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Where the hell they go?
That's what's crazy, right? They got. I know tag teams. I know it means shit anyway, right? They were the NXT tag team champ. They literally got called up just to lose to Ronda
To
and Shayna,
Rousey.
just for Ronda and Shayna to fucking drop the belts because
Right.
Ronda said, "You know what? I'm done." It's stupid. It's stupid.
Word. Like,
How about
That's WWE. That's WWE in a nutshell. They do dumb shit. You know what I mean? They be like, okay, we're gonna go this way, and then hopefully you get invested. But like 90% of the time, you're wasting your time.
That's
where's we because we always is on WWE's ass and stuff. Why can't we try? Why can't we try so hard to get CM Punk out of there because he's too toxic? Like
Well,
Sandman.
okay, hold on, Marcus. I got you. Now,
Yeah.
I spoke about that at the beginning of the show. About this
I
dude
wrote that
CM
down.
Punk, right? Now, I don't know, but according to reports, I was hearing reports here and there, and my conclusion to the reports is that, like, when it comes to this dude, Ryan Nemeth, this dude Dolph Ziggler's brother, right? He has said what he said on Twitter, yada yada yada, and this dude CM Punk pulled up on him like, yo, what's up? Like, do we got a squabble? Like, you know what I mean? What's goody? Like, cause you saying some crazy shit online about me. This dude ain't want the smoke.
apparently there's more to this story.
Apparently,
Apparently,
and understand. Hold on, I understand this dude is a boss. Understand CM Punk is a boss, right? But you could tell this dude CM Punk, he never backed down from no fight. He's letting motherfuckers know now or for the longest that I'm gonna say what I gotta say about you, but we could also fight too. He did that with the Young Bucks. We did it with Kenny Omega. All the motherfuckers when he fucking super kicked his locker room door down.
How is he a tougher person? It's like he's in charge. Is he in charge?
Because he's not tweeting. He's not tweeting and deleting. He's right there with the smoke.
I'll give you that. He doesn't do the tweet and delete. I'll give you that. Too many people from this younger generation.
He's right there for the smoke. He's like,
Wrestler's getting social
Ryan,
media
you want to fight? Ryan, are you fighting?
There's definitely a generational disconnect there because I don't know exactly how old the Ryan kid is. I know he's young, but Yeah, like Punk he's from the same generation as us. When we were in school, first of all, social media wasn't a thing when any of us were in school. But if it was, we didn't do like if we posted some dumb shit, we didn't delete it. But a lot of these kids now, they will do the tweet. I've never understood the tweet and delete because even if you delete, like y'all know that shit can still be like framed, right?
Because you got screenshots. Motherfucker say
Facebook
screenshots.
was invented when I was a senior in high school.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Social media was a
mistake.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't really mess with Punk because that video I sent you saying, man, Black Star, that walk class video.
I'm gonna look at it. Go ahead. I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah, that walk class video is old and stuff, but it makes sense. This guy Punk almost killed Roman's career, literally, because before that interview 8 years ago and stuff. It didn't matter if he was a face or heel. It didn't matter if he was a face or heel.
Marcus,
Reigns was cheering and stuff, but
he never wanted Roman a part of.
Yeah, but I was saying that interview, it made it look like because everybody hate Vince and stuff. It made it look like that he chose Reigns out of everybody over Daniel Bryan over.
Well, he did. He did choose Reigns.
It made Reigns look like. Play the video. Can you play the video? Can you play the where the video? It says that's the reason Reigns. That's the reason Reigns hate CM Punk and the Elite and stuff because they connect and stuff.
No. We want to hear from you, my dude. You.
I'm saying this. That's why. That's what I'm trying to say. Reigns, he hated CM Punk because he almost killed his career because.
Well, look, that sucks for Roman. Listen,
you can't speak up for Punk. You got to call them out on this because before.
Well, he's not wrong. Vince,
you got to call them out on this because Punk, I believe he's the reason why Reigns got stressed out and started his leukemia return because the people were hating
now you're
this
going
man.
too far. You're going too far.
Let me quarterback this real quick. Let me quarterback this real quick. Yeah. Marcus, he never wanted Roman as a part of the group in the first place. He wanted Seth, he wanted Mox, and he wanted what's that guy's name?
Chris Hero.
Yeah, Chris Hero.
He wanted Chris Hero.
That team would have broke up in 5 months with Chris Hero.
He never liked Roman in the first place. It was Vince who took out Hero out of the group and put Roman in. So he never liked Roman in the first place. So that's
I got one better. Big Show was supposed to be on the Shield too.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, he was.
It's possible.
Fucking Bum Show. Yes.
Really?
It's supposed to be a Big Show and Daniel Bryan.
And you know damn
it was when Punk was champion, he was a heel, and it was one of the few times Triple H and Punk actually had like a cordial conversation. Triple H was like, look, we're thinking about giving you a heel group. Here are the people we have in mind. And he did mention Big Show. And Punk was like, this is dumb. And Triple H is like, okay, who would you recommend? And that's where he said, give me Mox, give me Seth, give me Hero. They took it into consideration. They said, okay, actually, how about we give you Mox, Rollins, and we'll give you this new guy named Roman. And then Punk was just kind of like, fine, whatever. Because at that point, he was already like 1 feet out the door anyway.
If I was Punk,
it wasn't Sheamus. It wasn't Sheamus Dynasty. It wasn't Sheamus.
If I was Punk, I would have pimp slapped Vince and walked out the door.
But y'all can't seriously take up for Punk though because
I'm not taking up for Punk. I want to make that clear. I'm not taking up for him, but he's not wrong. Vince did choose Roman, and it was very clear he chose Roman. If there's one thing fans don't like any baby face. All baby faces at some point are going to be shoved down your throat. The only difference is sometimes it's subtly and sometimes it's obvious. They made it too obvious that Roman was going to be the guy, and fans don't like that.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is because people hang on to that CM Punk pipe bomb when they heard that interview.
You're giving Punk too much credit. You're
They
giving Punk
suck.
too much credit. I'll tell you where they dropped the ball with
Hold
Roman.
on. Let Marcus go. Let Marcus go. Go ahead, Marcus.
I think he muted himself.
I was saying that what I was saying. Oh no, I was saying that
Take your time. Take your time.
because people that interview and stuff, people
Take your
always be hanging on to the pipe bomb and stuff like it's the greatest of all wrestling. So when people heard that interview, they automatically was like, "Oh, it's cool to hate on Reigns." They just start hating on Reigns and stuff because who
What?
he
The
was put
pipe bomb
in
came
a
out
spot
before,
that
though.
he
What are you
didn't want.
talking?
He was put in
Roman
a
Reigns
spot.
wasn't even wasn't even in the
Yeah,
picture
like
when the
let
pipe
me
bomb
there. Y'all
happened.
Okay,
just sit
okay,
his
hold on.
ass
Let me
down.
let me
What the
quarter,
hell
let
is
me
he
let,
talking about?
let me quarterback. Let me
Roman Reigns wasn't
quarterback.
even
I got
in the
this.
main event.
Right.
He wasn't even
I
in the
got
main
this one, guys.
roster when he did the
I
pipe
got this one,
bomb.
guys. I got this one, guys. Okay, I consider myself a historian. I'm not trying to gaslight any listeners or any wrestling fans.
Gaslight him.
I have a very good memory. Most wrestling fans. I ain't trying to throw shade. Most wrestling fans, they don't remember what happened yesterday, much less 5 years ago. I
Yo,
remember
this
Hey,
dude
hey,
just
I have a
everything.
pretty good memory as well.
I
There you
he
remember
just
go.
said
everything
this
that
dude
Right.
went
CM
wrong.
Punk spoke about Roman
Right.
Reigns on the pipe bomb
This is what
promo.
happened with Roman, okay? This is what happened with Roman, and it wasn't even Roman's fault. You guys know I'm not a Roman fan, but I'm going to defend him here. This is where they fucked up, right? All right. So Punk quit. So because Punk quit, they turned the Shield face, and they had like a 2-minute match against the Outlaws at Mania 30, which was crazy in hindsight. They beat
Yo, yeah,
Evolution.
you mad staticky. You mad staticky, Marcus Brown. You mad
And
staticky, my dude.
then they
Go
had
ahead,
the Evolution
Right. Yeah. They
feud.
beat Evolution twice, right? They beat them twice, and
Clean
then
sweep them in one pay-per-view.
right.
Yeah.
And then the night after that, when they finally beat Evolution, Triple H was like, "There's a plan B." Seth turned heel. I said then when it happened, I didn't know most of you guys then. I said then they made a mistake. They should not have turned Seth. They should have turned Roman. They should have turned him, but I don't know why they chose Seth. That's what they did. Whatever. Seth turned, right? Then when Seth turned, the feud of that summer was Seth and Ambrose. They were like in the feud, because Ambrose was the one that took it personal. Roman was like, whatever. So while Seth and Ambrose were in their feud, right? Ambrose was, he ditched the Shield stuff. He started wearing the jeans and the black T-shirt. Seth ditched the Shield shit. He joined the Authority. He started wearing suits. He
The only
had
one who
like
didn't was
Roman.
Roman.
Right,
No,
Roman
I
He
still
was,
had the
he
Shield
was just like
gear.
a Power Ranger.
Right.
Can I say this real
Yeah,
quick? I
that
wasn't mixing up the pipe bomb with the interview at all. I was saying because people was hanging off the pipe bomb that they thought everything Punk was saying was let's follow under Punk and stuff. So when that
I hear what you're
interview,
saying.
yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
Sandman
you
thought I was
I hear what you're
getting
didn't
saying.
the
mix it up, dude. It's okay. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
made
hear
a
what you're saying. Just
mistake.
let me finish cooking. Let me finish cooking. All right.
It's cool,
Seth and
no, I
Ambrose were
wasn't.
doing their thing. Seth and Ambrose reinvented themselves in 2014 during the summer. Roman still
the
had the
lunatic
Shield gear. He
fringe.
still had the Shield theme. He was just saying believe in Roman. He wasn't. They didn't change him. Roman was
throughout his
just doing
entire
his job.
face run.
Right.
He was the same.
Right, he
Yeah,
was the same. And so then later that year, they did Hell in a Cell because Roman didn't really do anything. He wasn't really in any feud. I think he had like a match against Orton in SummerSlam, right? So then after
Yeah,
that, they did Hell in a Cell with Seth and Ambrose, which ended with Bray Wyatt interfering, which sucked. I'm not going to talk about that though. And then after
hologram.
that, they
Right.
transitioned into a feud between Roman and Seth, while Seth still had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Seth kept losing. And just like Sam has always said, they always do this thing where the Money in the Bank briefcase holder keeps losing. And that
right?
was like
I
when
still think
fans
Seth's
started like,
passion is overrated.
right,
Now,
that's when people started getting angry. But then Roman got sick. Something was wrong with he had some kind of like stomach virus or whatever.
nah,
And then
he had
that
his part of his stomach was damaged. I forgot the name of it,
right.
but y'all see his stomach now. There's a little mark down there, the little
Yeah, I've
crease
seen it.
down there. That was I I think it was something wrong with his.
But here's the death knell. Okay, so I just had to explain the whole thing to try to get to the point of where Roman was fucked as a face. And
You
again,
gotta land the plane, Tove. Come on now, let's get to it.
The death knell. If you remember, they did Team Cena versus Team Authority, and looking back
he wasn't
at
a part
it
of it.
now,
He
it's
wasn't a part of
very
it.
clear that Roman was meant to be part of Team Cena. He was going to get Ziggler's spot. They put Ziggler in that spot. No, what I'm saying is, if you remember, Ziggler was the sole survivor. But looking back at it now, it's very clear that spot was meant for Roman. If Roman had been in that match, and if he had been the sole survivor, it would have done a lot for him. But Roman wasn't there because he was sick. And so they gave the spot to Ziggler. Remember, this was 2014. Ziggler had cashed in the previous year. So Ziggler, fans still gave a shit about, the fans weren't indifferent to Ziggler yet. They still cared about him. So when he was sole survivor, fans thought, oh shit, like they're going to start the Ziggler push, right? But it didn't happen. And then when Roman came back, they did that interview where he was in a leather jacket. You could tell he was awkward. He was uncomfortable. He lost his lines. He forgot what to say. And then they did Superstar of the Year. And Roman didn't do anything in 2014. He didn't do anything, and he won Superstar of the Year. It made no fucking sense.
The one thing that can sum up Roman's face run was when Cena said, I came back because you can't do your job.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Crushed him.
That was
right.
And I think that's what stole that's who stole Dolph Ziggler's thunder. Was Sting. Sting coming back that night.
Y'all know the surgery he had? Yeah, y'all know the surgery he had. It was a hernia surgery he had, but
okay, hernia.
Yeah, but y'all noticed when Reigns got destroyed by Cena, he came back and destroyed him on the mic. I told Black Star this. I think the same thing is gonna happen with Theory and stuff. He got destroyed by Reigns on the mic. Give it a year or something, he's gonna come back stronger.
Theory
I
sucks,
don't have
so
no
let's move on.
faith in Theory. I have no faith in Theory on the mic. I have no faith.
Here's the thing with Austin Theory. They gotta really slow cook Austin Theory, man. They need to fire his ass. Nah, I want to say fire. Don't fire Austin. Austin Theory is really good.
Him.
No, he said put fire up his ass.
No, don't fire Austin Theory, damn it. I'm telling you, he needs to be the modern day narcissist Lex Luger.
Okay,
that's what he needs to be.
Okay,
yeah, because he doesn't. He doesn't suck in the. He doesn't suck in the ring and stuff.
He doesn't. He has a presence. I'm telling you. Have this dude like the masterpiece / Rick the Motor Martel / motherfucking narcissist Lex Luger.
Yo, Scott.
Have him on that type of time, and then have a bad black bitch with him.
Why black bitch though?
have motherfucker. What's shorty name again from NXT? That dark skin.
If you talk about Jakara Jackson,
Last Legend.
Put Last Legend with him.
Get the fuck out of here. Last Legend is literally the black version of Lacey Evans. She is terrible.
That might
no, but don't have her fight. I'm not saying have her wrestle. Just have her there as eye candy.
Simon, let me ask you a quick question. Tactical question?
Go ahead, of course.
Okay. What was Austin Theory's best gimmick during his current run?
I think I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you dudes. Is when this dude was doing the whole the pics, like the selfies.
Well, he was Vince's bitch, right?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
That was his best gimmick. He had a character.
Nah, his
they
best
got rid of it.
Away. When they got rid of it away, that was his best gimmick.
Well,
they got rid of it because
before he came to the main roster, like he was definitely cooking.
That egg machine gun.
They changed that gimmick because the fans. I'm telling you, the fans are just toxic.
You liked the egg skit at Survivor Series. I think.
Oh, I remember that
I
golden
like the
egg
machine
shit.
gun
That was
gimmick.
random as fuck.
No, that was so random. The
I
golden
would
egg.
have backhanded Vince if he ever gave me that shit.
You gave him a
I want to know
golden
how
egg.
much did
Roundtable,
Vince
They
pay.
still
How
never
much did
explained
how
that.
much did
we don't
how much
support
did Vince
we don't
pay for
support
that
hitting
golden
bitches
egg?
on the round table. But we'll body slam them through a table. There you go.
Oh god.
How much did he pay for that golden egg?
Also,
I ain't going.
I wanted to say that what's up with the people in IWC killing the sitting there diminishing people's careers because it's sports entertainment or pro wrestling, the words and stuff like it's pro wrestling sports entertainment everywhere. You can't say that because then people are disrespecting the legends because if you think about it, Hulk Hogan,
Okay,
Hulk
Marcus.
Hogan, hold on, let me finish real quick. Hulk Hogan, The Rock,
He sucks.
Hulk Hogan, The Rock,
Hulk
Stone
Hogan fucking
Cold,
sucks. So let's move on.
Stone Cold,
But those are
The
but those are
Undertaker.
not pro
I'm,
wrestler
I'm
gimmicks. Those
saying,
are sports entertainment.
but
Here's my thing
let
with
me
you,
finish.
Marcus. When you speak, the
Hold
way
on,
you
let me.
speak, you speak.
So can I finish real quick?
Like,
Can I
go
finish
ahead.
real quick? I wasn't done, but
Oh
All right, go ahead.
god.
Go
But
ahead.
I said the Undertaker after the four other guys. I said HBK. You got Triple H. All these guys with sports entertainment plus pro wrestling, but you got the people on the IWC disrespecting these legends because they want to force their agenda of pro wrestling on people. Like
I don't even think they know what pro
the
wrestling is no
only pro
more.
Marcus,
wrestling show is the only pro wrestling show that just run matches with no stories or no character developments is New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. If you want to watch pro
No,
wrestling,
I agree.
strictly pro wrestling, go
NJP,
watch
I never,
those shows.
yo, I agree with
Don't forget
Marcus.
NWA.
NJPW, I never got it. I ain't gonna lie. I
NWA
never got
got it.
NJPW.
okay,
But you,
Marcus,
NWA got it.
when you speak, no offense, bro, you speak as if like we're still in the 2000s. It's not the 2000s. It's 2023. So I
but
hate to
pro
be that
wrestling do
guy.
not draw that.
I cringe. I cringe when I hear the term IWC. Please stop using that term. That term doesn't
What the
exist anymore.
fuck is IWC?
The
Internet
IWC
wrestling
does not
community.
Wrestling
exist.
community.
The IWC does not exist because
It
we
don't. I
live in a
didn't. What is?
digital.
What is? I didn't know that either. I thought it was so called the IWC
No,
No, the
or
IWC,
the
the IWC doesn't
YWC.
exist anymore. You know why it doesn't exist? Because we all live in a digital world. There are wrestling companies that promote storylines on social media. There are matches that are announced on social media. Breaking
Right.
news happens on social media before it even happens on television.
Right.
Everyone uses the cell phone. So the IWC, that term, it made sense in the 90s and the early 2000s because back then not everybody was on the
Nobody was
dirt.
online.
Right, but
yeah,
now
It's
but
more. It's
the
more
term,
than it's a world now.
the
It's the
term is still
IWW.
used though. The term is still used
yeah,
today
it's
because
used, but it's out of date. It's out of date. What it is that no one's thought of a new word for it. A lot of wrestlers and people in the business still use the word like out of instinct, but everyone uses the internet now. So I think it's cringe when people talk. You know,
But to be fair, let me just get back to the Punk part of this discussion. To be fair to Punk, what he did to Jack Perry when Jack Perry pitched the idea of him going through a plate glass window,
yeah, I applaud him for that.
that was actually a good thing.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
So
well,
Jack Perry wanted to go through a Stone
real
Cold era.
real glass.
Oh, glass.
Yeah, and if something would have happened to him, I would have blamed a little bit on Jungle Boy and Jack Perry, a little bit on him, but I would have blamed Tony Khan because he just let his talent just do anything without no
Yeah, I
repercussions.
I definitely would have blamed
my
Tony
talent
Khan on
going
that
through
too.
glass. I don't want
Right,
my
my
talent going
dude,
through
real
glass.
class.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do. and Punk on the spot. Punk on the spot said, "You're not fucking doing that."
Yeah,
And hold on. And when the glass shattered, he was gonna come out with that same theme music.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, we talk about
Jungle Boy's theme music. That freaking Beethoven thing has got to go.
Yo, I'm rather whoa. I'm rather that shit.
I told you that was gonna be a bad
That
idea.
music,
No one
yo,
would
when he
listen to
first
me.
came out with that fucking music, I said that's not gonna work. This dude came out like Beethoven and leather. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
yeah, but
So what's a good California? What's a good California heel music for Jack Perry? Since we're gonna go with the 90210 theme, I don't even remember the theme for 90210. But what kind of music would Jack Perry enter with?
Well, do Tony Khan even allow hardcore beats to his music? All the talent down there got little soft music. What's
Yo,
the
you know what?
hard beat?
You onto something, Marcus, because it's
He
like
did say pause off of all that shit.
this dude Tony Khan did abandon when it comes to like the underground hip hop circuit. You notice like he don't even tap into that shit like that anymore.
Yeah, because
Didn't
wrestling is
Billy
still a
Gunn's
race.
sons come out to 50 Cent's Many Men one time though?
That was months ago.
Well, unfortunately, wrestling is still races, and hip hop would never be accepted in wrestling.
Hey, you know who should come out with a Tupac song though? Warlow. Not Warlow.
Warlow should not even come out at all.
Not Warlow. I mean Powerhouse. I mean
That
Powerhouse.
nigga Warlow should just stay at home and eat hot pockets.
I see what you're saying,
Poor
Scott, but
Warlow.
you got to remember, like, this shit's expensive. Like, I know TK's drowning in money, but even he's got a limit.
Hey, what song was?
Yeah.
But TK brought out RVD's old song. If he has enough money to RVD's old song, he has enough money to.
Yo, you got a great point, Black Saw. You got a great point. Because how much he had to pay for that to get played? You can't tell me he didn't give Vince McMahon some paper. Because doesn't Vince McMahon own the rights to that track?
No,
that's WWE. That's not a WWE track. That's Pantera.
Pantera.
But don't they play that? Don't they play that?
No, they never played that
on the network.
No, they never.
No,
they never played that. No.
They don't. I got
RVD's theme was one of a kind. That was a complete different band artist.
Oh.
Yeah, I see when you look in the eye.
Right. He never
liked that.
Oh
my God. I never liked that thing.
No, I like that thing. I liked it. It makes him look like, a modern day hero.
I liked his first theme that he came out with. That was okay.
You mean that instrumental theme?
Yeah.
Y'all remember when this dude was on TNA?
Oh God, No Job Rob.
Oh my God, that shit
No Job Rob.
The whole fucking show. I fucking
Yeah,
hate
they
No Job Rob.
Hey, if any wrestler matches any song, it's the $1 Million Man to Entrance song.
That was the real.
Yeah.
But you know who had the worst theme song? You know who had the worst theme song of them all? X-Pop.
Oh God, extract this shit.
Yo, you do.
I hated that song.
That Uncle Cracker song.
That shit was trash.
Hey, that's a good transition, though. You wanted to talk about TNA Sandman earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about that shit. One of the biggest crimes to me. One of the biggest crimes to me on TNA was Christopher Daniels never winning the
title.
Yeah, let's talk about
it. The funniest TNA.
I think he never wanted the title. He wanted. I think he took more pride in the X division because remember the X division was special.
But I will ask you guys this: when was the right time for the Fallen Angel to win the heavyweight championship in TNA? When would be the right time?
It would have been feuding with AJ Styles. It had to be a feud with AJ Styles.
No. the perfect time to do it was when James Storm won the title. I think that he should have beaten Bobby Roode, and the next title shot should have been Christopher Daniels. Christopher
What
Daniels
was that
too old
time?
at that time.
Yeah, what
Old
time
as
was
fuck
that?
by then.
talking
So
about
James Storm won the title.
in 08, right?
James Storm,
James
yeah,
Storm
James
only
Storm won the
won
title
one.
like 08,
Yeah,
but
yo, Dynasty
he was a
is
little
stupid.
old by then.
He was. How old was he back
Yeah,
then? Like 41, right?
so
Yeah,
yeah,
Daniels
he
was
was
up there around that time when James Storm was when James Storm was the main eventer.
Yeah,
He was up there at that time.
yeah,
Wait, hold on. What the hell?
It's like a massive echo. Hold on.
and I'm good.
Nah, it's a mean echo. It's coming for you, Marcus. All right, that's better. No, it's not. It's back.
no, it ain't.
You gotta adjust that, Marcus. You gotta adjust that, my dude.
So TNA just need to be in a different category because they did something.
The funniest TNA moment.
They did the formula of we're going to be the alternative of WWE. And
the funniest TNA moment was when Scott Steiner went scorched earth on the entire TNA original roster.
The front line.
My favorite was when he kept fucking with Sloppy Joe.
Yo,
He's fat.
He's looking at me like I'm a cheeseburger.
So I'll go ahead and I'll say the point that I said earlier in our private chat when you guys just mentioned it earlier. I think it was you, Scott, just a few seconds ago. So really what it comes down to TNA is, like I said, perception is reality. And what something is perceived as
from Dunkin' Donuts
is what it is. And so in the 2000s and the 2010s, the perception was that TNA was the alternative because all the big names in WWE that left, with all due respect to Ring of Honor and all other companies, they went to TNA. Christian Cage, Kurt Angle, Booker T, the Dudleys, Gail Kim, among others. They all went to TNA.
Actually, that's when I stopped liking TNA. I like TNA because they were homegrown talents. These guys I never heard of, and they were homegrown talents.
So the perception back then was if you were tired of WWE, if you didn't like what they were doing in the 2000s, the mid 2000s, the late 2000s, or the early 2010s, the perception was go watch TNA.
Hogan and Russo personally killed that.
No, that was all Hogan. I won't even blame that on Russo. That was all Hogan.
So really, the question is, and this is what I was joking about with Sandman. I actually think, like, dead ass, like, no sarcasm here. I think this topic legitimately could be an entire Dark Side of the Ring season by itself. At some point in time, TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, whatever you want to call it.
Documentary of that.
Right. At some point, it stopped. The fans, the wrestling fans, stopped viewing it as the alternative. Was it NXT blowing up? Was it Lucha Underground? Was it New Japan making a big dent in the US? Was it AEW? Was it TNA's own mistakes? Was it a combination of all those things? When exactly did TNA stop being the alternative? And that's like a question that I really feel could be like a legit documentary. And it would be a big one too, like a 3-hour, 4-hour documentary, an audio book. An entire season of Dark Side of the Ring could be dedicated to this topic. A lot of people sleep on TNA.
What was the kill?
I think it's when TNA started turning into colors. Like
you know what killed Impact when AJ Styles left.
Yeah.
That's one of the daggers in the heart. That's one. That's one of the daggers.
As a matter of
fact,
dagger
to the heart. That was a shotgun to the brain.
Yeah, when he left, that was when I started. When he left and when he went to New Japan, that's when I started watching New Japan because AJ was the heart and soul of that fucking company. Him leaving,
so
AJ leaving.
AJ was like, I would say AJ was like the Cena or Undertaker of Impact, where
Yeah,
they lifers.
Yeah, he was.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's a definite
AJ
fact.
leaving
A
TNA.
cleaner version.
AJ leaving TNA would be like if Taker left WWF in like '96, or Sting left WCW in like
Yeah,
Honestly,
'97.
they
honestly,
couldn't pay AJ no more. They couldn't pay
honestly,
him.
honestly, WWE would have had AJ back in 2003 or 2006 because
What do you
I think
think?
he did a dark match and he lost, and that's when he went
But
over
low
to
key,
Impact.
but low
Hold
key,
on,
you know, we'll never know.
let the birthday boy
All
go.
right.
Go ahead, birthday boy. Go ahead.
I don't think they was able to pay. I don't think they was able to pay AJ. That's why they lost him, because it got to the
They
point that
were.
AJ was becoming a big. He became a big star, even though
But
he
that's
was
what they
already a
fucked up with
star.
it. That's what they fucked up with, birthday boy. They couldn't afford this dude AJ Styles because they was giving Hogan, Bischoff, and Brooke Hogan the bag.
What do you think
Bro,
was worse, personally? I don't want all you guys to answer this. Was it when AJ turned into Ric Flair 2.0, or
I
the
don't know
change?
no,
why they did that to him,
no.
but
I
What was
that
think
worse?
wasn't him.
it was that whole it was that whole damn what's that damn group that the mafia shit. I think they kind of killed
Oh, main
Man
event
TNA
Event,
mafia.
with
hell no,
they
Man Event
He wasn't
Mafia
in the
was
mafia.
popping in
no
TNA.
not at the end though.
Well,
He
yeah,
wasn't in the
that's
main
how
event
When they
all
mafia.
start
factions are. All
when they
factions
st-
always die hard.
I
Hey,
yeah
remember. I remember when the main event mafia basically bitch slapped the entire front line. Like race rate views. They didn't lose the fucking match.
While
Bro,
this
the
oh
dude
mafia, what
was
they
Booker
had.
T on commentary was Black Snow.
Oh
no
God,
Booker T was on commentating and
I'll
kicking
tell
ass at
you.
the
he
I'll
same
was
tell you
time.
guys a
commentating
low key
the ass
moment.
whooping.
A low key, really bad TNA moment that doesn't get talked about enough, and it really did a lot of damage to them. Remember that August 1st warning, that bullshit
Oh
Tito
yeah.
Ortiz?
Oh
Yo,
They were
I did a
no.
video on that. Make sure you check that out. I even labeled the video August 1st warning. Hashtag
yeah,
that. When
that
this dude
shit did a lot
Tito
of
Ortiz
damage.
came out looking like my fucking plumber.
hey,
Fucking
I'm
plumber Tito's.
hey, I'm gonna ask y'all the same question I asked Black Star earlier. I was like, uh, everybody in WWE, if WCW was still around, who all in WWE would y'all like to be on that brand?
Hmm. I'm gonna let
WCW was still alive.
Scott. Oh,
They're
matter of fact,
coming.
yeah, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I'll
Bro,
tackle that last.
if WCW was still running,
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know because the people that I want to mention made the jump to WWE. Ah,
I would
I don't
love to.
think I don't think
I,
Eddie Guerrero would be Eddie Guerrero that he was be
Nah,
remembered right
definitely not.
now.
Oh no, WWE made him into a star.
The one match
Cause
I want to see out of today's wrestlers is Gunther versus Kevin Nash, or Gunther versus
ew,
Eddie.
You
Or
want to
Kevin,
see
ew,
no,
Gunther
no,
versus
no, no,
Kevin
Why
no.
Gunther
Nash?
versus
I said
Nash?
it wrong. I said it
Why?
wrong.
Ew.
hey,
ew.
Gunther.
hey,
I
hey,
thought you were gonna say
I am
Goldberg.
so good on that.
I
I
want to
thought you
see,
were gonna say Goldberg or something.
I want to see
That's like
Braun.
eating. That's like
I
eating
want,
pancakes and ketchup.
I want to see
No, no.
Braun break. I want to see Braun Breaker versus either his uncle or Goldberg.
How about this? How about this? Gunther versus Scott Steiner.
I'm good, fam.
Scott Steiner will have a heart attack.
What about
Have
AJ
Scott Steiner?
Styles? What
I'm good.
about AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho?
That
They
match
already
actually
fought.
happened, but and
They
back in their
fought plenty of
prime, yeah.
times.
But back in their prime, that'd have been fire.
I agree with what you said earlier too, Sam. And them getting rid of six sides was also a huge blow. That was their identity as well.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
got
was
rid of
another dagger
everything
in the
that
heart.
made
When they
That's
did
yeah,
what I said.
that whole Genesis promo, Hogan and Bischoff,
Oh
and
yeah,
they was like,
you
"We
had
want
six sides,
six
but only
shots.
six so far.
We
Hey,
want six shots.
You had
The
six
six
sides, but only
shots is
six so
dead,
far.
brother."
Hey,
That's why Bischoff can fuck off. Bischoff had 2 chances. He fucked up with WCW and TNA. So I'm always going to respect his legacy and what he gave to us wrestling fans. But anytime I hear him giving any criticism of WWE or AEW or any other company,
Bro,
I'm
you
like, dude,
killed
shut the fuck
two
up.
wrestling. Bro, you killed 2 wrestling companies. How the fuck
Right.
would you know what makes a
Word.
great
Oh,
wrestling
Nah,
company?
That dude,
Dixie,
he broke a record. Who y'all know killed 2 wrestling conglomerates?
Jeff
Right.
hey,
Jarrett. Jeff
hey,
Jarrett.
the
Jeff
only,
Jarrett? Nah, you can't, not even Jarrett. Not even him.
hey, the
Jarrett.
only,
Jarrett is right up there with him.
Jared
He was
did kill
part.
2.
He
hey, the
did
How
kill
only,
two
Jarrett killed 2?
companies.
Well,
If you
the
want to
only,
count,
yeah, yeah,
if you want to count
global
Global
force
Force,
and yeah,
that
okay.
shit was
the
doomed from the
only
beginning.
negative
But hold
I,
on, wait, you can't even include TNA because TNA still alive. Yeah, it's called Impact now. Come on,
TNA
it was
died.
called TNA
Impact is
Yeah, we
Impact.
gotta
It's
alive.
talk
still
about that.
alive.
That's the
He
final
killed
nail.
TNA, bro.
Yeah, that's the final nail in the coffin. We gotta talk about that, man. I wish so badly that I could like meet Scott D'Amore in person. You know, I get it. You know, he's the Impact Wrestling VP. He's just doing his job. He's doing his marketing. You know, as far as he's concerned, he says that TNA Wrestling and Impact are one and the same. I say bull fucking shit. I'm sorry, Scott. I'm not. I'm sorry, man. You got some talented people there. I'm not saying the Impact isn't good because it's good, but Impact and TNA are 2 different animals completely. Because when I think of TNA wrestling, and you guys are gonna agree, when I think of TNA, I think of Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Beer Money, the Motor City Machine Guns, the Knockouts, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, the Beautiful People. You know, I think of Jeff Jarrett, Rhino. You know, I think of like the fucking who else? Like the British Invasion. I think of just everything good.
You thought of the British invasion?
Yeah, like Douglas Williams is
Nah,
great.
you know
Chaos
who's my
Theory,
dude?
bro.
Who's my dude? Well, damn, what's my dude that did the same shit that Chad Gable is doing now? That Chaos Theory
Yeah,
suplex.
Douglas Williams.
Yeah, yo, Douglas
I like
Williams.
that.
That was my dude.
When
I
I
like
hear
that.
Impact, no offense, like because there's some good talents with Impact, but when I hear Impact, I
Josh
think
Alexander.
of like Eddie Edwards, Sammy
Alexander.
Callahan, Josh Alexander, Brian Cage, Tessa
No,
Blanchard, Moose, like good talents. Like, and I love Moose, but it's not the same. It's not the same, bro.
hey,
Moose is
those,
playing his fucking self.
yeah,
He
those,
really
those,
is. Like Moose, get the fuck out of
He's not gonna leave.
Moose.
He's not gonna leave.
Moose
He's
needs
I
to
understand,
leave
like on
Impact,
some real
bro.
shit. I think Impact. I think these motherfuckers are selfish. I really do think they're selfish for not letting him leave.
AJ. He's too
I
low.
hey,
think I think
you,
Moose is choosing to stay because
Yeah,
he
he's too
should have
loyal.
been
And
left by
He's
now.
AJ.
he's fucking stupid.
hey, you know what will make him leave Impact if
They don't pay him.
If Impact just come together with WWE
If they
because
don't pay him.
they got a
I
good
agree.
relationship.
I agree. I appreciate the fact that he's loyal, and I think it's cool that he's loyal. But at the same time, in professional wrestling, sometimes being loyal can fuck you over. I've said this before, and I still love this guy.
Yo,
I think
Dynasty,
if
pull up if you can. Dynasty, you can pull up Dynasty.
The They're
I think if
coming is
Jay
The
way
chat
Lethal,
is
better.
slow, so you can just pull up.
I think if Jay Lethal, if he had left Ring of Honor, because he
Yeah,
was one
Jay
of the
Lethal was
big names.
worse.
Right.
Oh my God, they
If
fucked
Jay had
over
left
Jay
Ring of
Lethal.
Honor and if he had went to NXT, Jay would be a bigger star. And the reason he'd be a bigger star is even if he had gone to NXT and he had got caught up to the main roster and had been released by because there were so many talent cuts, even if he had been fired, him simply being employed at WWE by any point would increase his name value later on when AEW became a thing. Makes
Him
sense?
and
But
I
because
like,
he
you
never
know
made
what?
the jump, he stayed in Ring of Honor the entire time. And so when AEW became a thing, it's like, okay, you got the AEW originals, like your Darby Allens, your MJFs,
the
your
TNA
Sammy
originals.
Guevaras, but then you have like
TNA
your
originals.
WWE names like Bryan Danielson and CM Punk and Samoa Joe.
They
Then you
have
have
TNA
like
originals.
Right. Then you have like the guys that came from New Japan, like Omega, the Bucks, Hangman, and then beneath all of that, you have like Ring of Honor guys like Dalton Castle, Jay Lethal, and it's like I love those guys, but let's be real, like most people didn't watch Ring of Honor, but they watched WWE and they watched AEW, and so sometimes when you're loyal and you stay in that smaller brand, like I appreciate that loyalty, but it can kind of fuck you over because you're not going to be a big star.
You know what? I got an awesome question.
Okay, go ahead.
And this, I know you guys are gamers, and I know you guys love wrestling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You had your crossovers, like when it comes to video games, like Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
You mean
had
Street
shit
Fighter
like that.
SNK? Street Fighter SNK.
Yo, great game. Great game. I'll be washing niggas. Well, I used to wash niggas in the game, right? Why they never did a crossover with WWE and NXT, or not NXT, excuse me, WWE or WCW, or you know what I'm saying? They can still do this shit now, hopefully, in the upcoming future. WWE versus AEW.
Yeah,
you know
that would be a great crossover. NXT and Impact would be a great crossover.
That'll never happen.
Impact first video, bro. No offense, but I don't ever want to see it. I don't ever want to see a video game from Impact. Yo.
Yeah, like
no,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because without the creative players, because you have the creative players, you go to the skins and create CAWs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why we never get that crossover video game organically? At least once.
Hey, you know what?
It'll
never happen.
I don't want to see a video game from Impact, bro, because that TNA game was terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, I was about to say, why AEW and WWE won't do a crossover? It's not because he said they open for business. I think Tony Khan is stubborn. He don't want to do a crossover with the.
He'll do it before Vince would.
Talk your shit, Dynasty. Talk your shit.
I'm just saying that fucking Tony Khan is already open to working with other companies. If you gave him the chance to work with the WWE, he would do it in a heartbeat.
Well, H is in charge. Why he ain't? H wants to have.
Triple H is not in charge.
He's already got kicked off the board of directors last week.
You're forgetting WWE's tagline. It's fuck you. It's fuck you, fans.
Well, H is taking care of creative 100%. And Vince is businessman.
Triple H, if Triple H takes over creative, that doesn't mean he has the authority to work with other brands, other promotions, bro. He's just in charge of what happens
goes on in WWE. That's it.
And what happens on television. That's it.
Yeah, which is a good thing. He should put all his focus on creative. Because I believe before SummerSlam, because this story came out last week, I think before SummerSlam, the WWE shows was average at best. But it seems like in recent 2 weeks.
Because even NXT back in the day, week-to-week TV wasn't that great, but the fucking takeovers were so good it make you forget how bad week-to-week TV was. That's the same exact thing WWE's doing right now. Great fucking pay-per-views and bad TV.
Yeah, that's true.
That's because I made this comparison last week, and it's becoming more and more true. The TV shows, their homework. The pay-per-views, those are the tests.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of clips to make great video packages for the matches.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
This is why I keep my expectations low when it comes to pay-per-views, honestly.
I agree with Dynasty.
Henny God, where the Henny at?
If there was actually a chance we could get a WWE AEW crossover, TK would take it. We just haven't got it because it's Vince.
Yeah.
Vince doesn't play well with others. He never has. He never will, unfortunately.
With the WWE tagline,
if he did, WCW would have still been in business, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
WCW should have been
that
SmackDown.
question up.
Let's be honest here. WCW should have been what SmackDown became in the fucking draft shit.
You
I
said
suppose. But the
draft.
problem,
You said draft and WWE in the same sentence.
I know they fucked it up. I know.
when was the last good draft in WWE? Anyway?
The first one
in 2014.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah,
2016. 2016.
Yeah, it was good. It
about the 01
was a
draft,
good
right?
idea, but it was branded weird. Like he gets 3, when we get 2. Like no.
No, 2000, nobody ain't go pick 2016. Y'all going all the way back to 2001.
The first.
Who said 2001?
No,
I kind of did.
No, we never said 2001.
I kind of did.
Somebody said 2001.
Who
No,
said that?
2002. 2002 was the first one. That was the only good one.
It was 02, not 01.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I said 2014.
The first draft was the best one because how
the first one was in 01.
How Undertaker reacted when he got drafted by Vince, he looked really pissed off.
That was one. That was funny.
That was
The
hilarious.
first one was the best one, and it will always be the best one because the first one, literally, nobody was safe. Anybody could be drafted.
Except for Austin, I think.
Wrestlers, referees, announcers, commentators, managers, tag teams. Nobody was safe. And that's just not how it is anymore. And it doesn't mean shit anymore anyway. It hasn't meant shit in years. So
The funniest.
Or it does mean something.
Yeah, no, because the draft now is like a trade deadline.
That whole Endeavor merger.
But then you also
the
think
motherfuckers
about
better start saving money.
The funniest Taker reaction.
The 2002
was when he got
draft
eliminated.
was, remember, they used the road that a lot of wrestlers did not want to work for Eric Bischoff. They did not like him.
Mm-hmm.
They thought he was the enemy.
Word.
Right.
The funniest Taker reaction that year was when Maven eliminated him in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
No, I see that. Maybe got a YouTube channel now. I see.
Out of that man.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He does.
Out of poor Maven. And then what he did to David Flair was even funnier.
Oh,
what I liked about those original
David Flair was
That's what I'm doing.
David Flair was like, "Yo, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm kicking your ass."
What I liked about the original draft, I'm sure it must have pissed off the wrestlers there, so I'm sure it wasn't fun for them. But what I liked about
hold on, Tove. Let's really be real. This dude Bum the Taker turned into a motherfucking molester Bum the Taker. He was like, "Yeah, I know you got a sister, don't you?" That's when Charlotte Flair was underage.
He said
What she?
Like he said that he was gonna fuck David's mother, and then he stopped.
Like,
right
yeah.
there.
No,
You got a little sister.
I think she just turned 18 at that time.
I'll say
I
this
don't
much,
know.
man.
That's kind of early to be.
Charlotte.
This is what I'm talking about, yo. I can't do fucking picture because WWE punk asses will just flag my shit. I wish I could just play this shit.
Yeah, man. I would rather have one night. I would rather have one night in Charlotte than one night in Sarah. That's all I gotta say.
I ain't gonna disagree with that.
I don't know about that.
If I was single, I
don't
would fuck Sarah.
Hey, Toe.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
glad
Toe,
he
I don't
married
know
Michelle McCool afterwards, because that was awful.
I mean,
Hey,
he
Toph,
went
I don't know
to school now, so he kind of upgraded.
Because Charlotte Flair neck looked like a suitcase.
I don't care. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie. I would still give Charlotte the business. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to.
In the business. Shit.
Yeah, I
kill
don't.
me on that one.
Yeah, I don't care. Charlotte, she can get it. And did y'all hear about? Is it true that she having problems with Andrade?
No.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they broke up.
Oh, they broke up. I didn't hear about
And
that.
I didn't
if
hear
they
anything.
broke up, that's unfortunate. Like we do crack jokes, but
Didn't they just
that's
get married?
unfortunate if they
recently?
Wait
broke
a
up.
minute.
Wait, hold up. Didn't they just get married?
They definitely got married.
Yeah, they got married. They broke
Come on,
up.
man. There's a new rumor about them every 6 months. That's
Man,
all
I didn't
hearsay.
hear nothing about
Yeah,
that.
like if they did, then I hope they pass things up because I'm not no hater. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They more than
look,
like
If,
2
if it's
months.
true
Andrade
though,
loves
if it's
Charlotte.
true and they did break up, then I think Charlotte's just trying to break her dad's record because I think Rick has like 4 divorces or something. You know, got to keep
Yeah,
that.
I gives her what, 2?
Yeah.
Do you do
that's
you
why.
think
That's
Charlotte
Brand,
might be
right?
the
Keep a
blame
steady
for it?
relationship.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I was telling Black. So I was like, when we on here, we attack the characters that's on TV. They personal life, we don't mess with their personal life. That's
Unless they
going
do
too
This is
something
far.
egregious
actually
like crazy, like a Benoit
this
or
is
something like that.
actually Charlotte's second divorce, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, remember because she was
Yeah, and she
fucking
was
with
with
this
Brand.
dude. She was
Brand.
Yeah,
yeah
she was
fucking
with
with
Bram at
because
first.
Bram was laying
Remember
hands on
fucking
her.
Impact would sign Bram to a new contract like every other year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fuck Bram on some real G
Bram
shit.
wasn't even that
Like
good.
yeah,
Bram
like
wasn't
yo,
even that good
seriously,
if
on
we're
some
really
real
being
G
straight
shit.
up.
I don't condone woman beaters.
Nah,
Like fuck Bram. You
Yo,
know
he
what I
was
mean?
just
so
a
Because
hardcore guy.
Bram was
Bram was
putting
Nobody
hands
was
so
on
doing
her.
Bram
that.
was Bram was not
so
really that good
I
though.
think Charlotte is cheating on Andrade, and that shit ain't right.
With
Hey,
who?
you know what's so funny
With some
though?
new
She
with some
probably
new
she.
workout partner. She,
No, I
I'm
think
telling
she.
you,
I think she doing what Linda the Plug doing. That's what I think.
I
Who the
told you
Yeah,
hell?
these women in
that's a huge
wrestling
leap.
ain't loyal. I told you.
She getting that.
It won't be too long when you hear about Lana clapping the cheeks with Damian Priest.
Who?
Hey,
Lana?
You say Damian
He's
Priest?
not on
What
the
the
roster.
fuck?
Yes, they were in Puerto Rico together.
So?
She's
you
not on the
said
roster.
Lana.
Oh wait, you mean Lana
You
Miro?
talking about SummerSlam last year. Was it last year or this
No,
year?
backlash.
Backlash. It was
And even
backlash
if
this
that
year.
happened, man, you know Miro filmed that shit. His cuck ass, dude.
Probably.
Hey,
Yo, I
what's
cannot.
funny though?
I can't get over
What's
what they did to Miro on WWE
what
on this way. They
what's
really
funny
Yo,
though?
had.
on some real G shit, fuck Miro. Because like yo, you went
How
to
do you?
AEW to get this you got the worst treatment in
Yeah,
AEW.
he did.
Let's
He
really be
Not
did.
real.
really.
They
Not
got
really.
treated
You know
worse.
why?
Yeah,
You
because
know
at
why
first,
Nah,
hold
though,
that
on.
video
At
game
first
shit
it
was
was
bad.
promising. At
bro?
first it was promising. It really was.
No.
But
They
At
look
had
what
first,
Sammy
happened.
Guevara.
It's not
no.
that bad. It's his treatment in WWE was worse, bro. This is the same
No, it
company that
wasn't.
pimped
No,
out.
definitely
This is
not.
the
No, it
No.
same
wasn't.
company
No, it
that
They
wasn't.
didn't
pimped
give
out.
him no video game shit.
Bro, they
No, it
pimped
wasn't
out his
because
wife
no,
on
I
live
think Punk
no.
called it.
TV.
If you remember Marcus
John
earlier, you were
Cena just
talking
ruined
about CM
everybody's
Punk's.
career.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you remember
Bro, they
Marcus, a
pimped
few
out this
moments ago,
man's
you were
wife
talking
on
about that Punk
TV.
podcast. If you remember, Punk had went off on Rusev in that same podcast too. He said that Rusev was, in his own words, was too soft spoken,
Yeah,
and that
he
he didn't
was
speak
green
up
as
for
fuck.
himself.
Yeah, that's true. Because he was treated right in WWE because
Yeah, but
he beat some top stars. Don't forget, and he was over with the Rusev Day gimmick. He was giving
And
shots
then they
as
killed it.
Rusev Day. He faced AJ Styles several times, and he was given several tag team title opportunities in 2016 to 2018, and
And
he
then they
But
faced
killed
Rollins
Rusev
in
his
Rusev
gimmick.
is supposed to
2019.
be
They killed
WWE
all that.
champion though. He's supposed to
He
be
should have
WWE
been. He
champion.
could have been the champion, but they
yeah,
killed his gimmick, bro. They killed
absolutely.
the Rusev Day because it wasn't what they planned, and then
No,
they
it was
pimped
John.
out his.
Even
And
before
then they.
Let's
that,
blame
when he came
John.
out
And
in the
then they.
tank.
Blame John
Yep.
Cena. How you lose and you come out in a tank? You
He
lose to
made he
John
made
Cena.
he made John Cena pass out to a
He
submission
beat.
move.
He
No,
beat
not a
John
lot of
Cena the
people
first
have
time,
that.
but then. And then they pimped out his wife Lana, and had him sleeping around with Bobby Lashley. Like, what kind of shit?
You know what's weird about Lana was they had her in several affair storylines. That's how you can tell that
Yeah,
Oh my
Dolph
God, they
Ziggler.
had her in an affair with Dolph Ziggler, Bobby
Bobby
Lashley.
Lashley. She should have
Like,
won the
what the
fucking Rumble that
fuck?
year.
They try to do a freaking lesbian angle with Liv Morgan. Like, what kind of shit?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll
I
watch.
mean,
I'll
hate it or
watch
not,
that
she was
shit.
getting heat with Bobby Lashley.
Look here. I'll watch.
That
I'll watch
almost
that
killed
shit.
Bobby
Lana
Lashley's career.
and
But
Liv
it was
Morgan.
the most over she was.
Put Lana in that. Put Lana back in the skirt with the legs out. I'm all for it.
Of course you would.
Come on, everybody knew Lana had the fat ass.
Hey,
Fat
but
ass.
but
Lana got
but
freaking put through a table 8 weeks in a row by the same chick. Like,
but
He got her over though.
no, it
Rhea,
didn't.
I
No.
was about to say Rhea and Dom, they is selling this thing. If nobody don't know the situation, they would think something's going on because did y'all see the recent clip that they posted when
Yeah,
Rhea and
I
Dom
There
did.
was
is something
Yeah, I
going on.
did.
I guarantee it.
Rhea
They're
Ripley
I
just
just
really
got
good at it.
engaged to Buddy
no,
Matthews.
I'm sorry. I just think
It's
Rhea
No,
looks like the
it's
type
not.
that
It's
would
not
seduce
Buddy
Dom.
Matthews.
good.
It's
Good.
Buddy
No.
It's Buddy
Matthews.
Matthews.
ain't no
Look,
I
way
honestly,
nothing.
I do
look,
think Rhea likes flirting with Dom. It's just
Right, but
I'm
something
gonna be
about it.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm shocked that they haven't had Dom and Rhea do an
Virgo Bay
on-screen
was
kiss
goody.
yet.
Virgo Bay.
I'm
You
shocked they
you
haven't done an on-screen kiss yet. To be honest
right,
with you,
kind of like what was it? Shane Douglas and Francine.
they never did. They never did any. They never did an on-screen kiss. Like I thought they
Yo,
would have been
and
No, they
like
that's what
didn't.
full
they're
on.
missing.
They're
And
not going to do it, bro. They're not going to
No.
they
do it.
need
No.
to.
They
They
They're
need
not going
really
to,
to.
need
bro.
Not
to.
They're
yet.
not going
I
to.
know.
They
Listen,
should.
I know. Listen, I know that they're both engaged outside of the ring, but as
No,
their
it's got
characters
nothing
are
to do with that. It's
concerned,
because of the sponsors, man. They're a PG sponsor company.
Sponsors
They're
ain't
never going
having
to do
that
stuff
shit.
like
Dom's
that, unfortunately.
who
Dom's
gives
wife
a shit?
Dom's
I mean,
wife
Oh,
would
I'm not
call
saying like have
fuck
like a
out of
live.
here.
I'm not
Dom's
saying
wife
like
would
have
Shoot.
like a
call
full
would
on
call
live
headquarters on the
sex
Lita
spot.
scene.
Check
Edge.
this out. Ricochet don't even make out with his fiance, and I couldn't be able
Yeah.
to watch my fiance on TV and not jump
hey
and
Dom's
bone
so
on
wife
camera.
Yo, on
Dom's
some
hey
real
wife
That's
would
shit.
real
call
heated,
headquarters
bro.
on the
Yo,
I'm not
spot.
fucking with you
we're
guys.
gonna
That's
give
actual
yo,
heated.
chill. We're gonna give Samantha Irvin her flowers ASAP right now.
Her fine ass, man.
yeah,
Yo,
somebody
she is, and yo, I love Lillian Garcia. She
He's the
she
best
was
ring
the
announcer
GOAT.
right
She
now.
was the GOAT. But I think Samantha Irvin is surpassing her already.
Oh yeah,
she
I
been
because
agree
doing
with
she
this.
that.
has a
She been
different she has a different announcement for certain wrestlers, and I think that
she
is
been doing
dope.
this since she been
Like,
doing it.
Chelsea.
and that's no disrespect to Lillian Garcia, but Samantha Irvin, she's definitely making these dudes look like fucking studs.
She
Pause.
been she
Especially
been
good.
doing hey, she been doing this since NXT War Games too.
I never knew Ricochet was such a horny bastard.
Oh,
He's been engaged to like 3 different girls, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the
who,
new
he's
CM
who,
Punk.
who?
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
Ricochet has been
because
engaged.
when
He
I
was
Nah,
first
look
saw
here.
him, he was engaged to Tessa
He wasn't
Blanchard.
he
wait,
was
he
Yeah,
was?
engaged
No,
to
they
Tessa. He was
were.
engaged to
Yeah,
Katana Chance,
yeah,
and
he
then
because
must
he
get
had.
real
her
horny
name is
fucking
now.
with Jay Leno.
Yeah. Then
But
he was
here,
with the
What?
little small white girl on NXT. What's her name?
Katana
The American
Chance.
Ninja Warrior chick.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
They
this
Yeah.
seemed
this
like
is
they were a
his
pretty
best.
good fit because they were both doing athletic
Nah,
shit. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can see that.
this
you know
this is
what made him
Samantha
you know
Irvin. This is his best selection. I
yeah,
give it up to him.
you
That's
know
the
No
why
best
doubt.
selection he has. So,
y'all know why y'all know why he broke up with Casey Catazara because he had a video coming out with him playing with himself.
Jesus.
I didn't
Anyway,
even know that.
whoa. I don't want
anyway,
to hear
it
about
don't even.
Ricochet playing with
Hey,
the
yo, since we're
Ricochet.
talking about beef, oh boy, Logan Paul's getting lit up by that UFC dude on Twitter. I'm not sure if you guys are following that.
Oh, Conor McGregor.
No, some other guy. He's going to be having some boxing fight with some former UFC fighter, and basically, I believe Logan Paul is engaged to be married. His fiance is a model, but apparently she's been with like several different high list celebrities over the years. And so what this did do to troll Logan Paul was he posted like a little compilation clip of
Oh, you
like
talking about Dylan Dennis?
Nah,
He
honestly,
posted like a 30-second clip of like all the guys that she's been with. And then the very
that's
last
out
one
of
was a
line.
picture of Logan Paul with a t-shirt that said cut. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, that's
If
out of
Dylan
line.
Dennis backs out of this fight, I'm never going to respect
don't
him
throw the
ever again.
girlfriend into the don't throw the girlfriend into the into the personal beef. I think
Hey,
that's corny.
somebody
He
said
already did that.
somebody said Samantha somebody said Samantha Irvin is into Logan Paul because how she was looking at him when she was mad that she had to announce his name after he beat Ricochet.
You
No,
said
she's
Samantha
not.
Irvin did what?
Somebody
No, she's
said
not.
that she's into Logan Paul after because how she looked at Logan
I'm
after
not
he
speaking
beat.
this.
Hey,
Anyway,
if they could if they could
They can do an angle.
yeah, put that angle within the storyline, why not? That'll give
I'm not
Ricochet
stepping in
something to
this.
do.
Honestly, I don't think Logan Paul would be comfortable doing that. Like, today's
And
wrestlers,
he's a
they
fucking
don't want to get
pussy.
involved.
He's a
Today's
pussy
wrestlers,
if he
no,
not
Yeah.
with that.
But
wrestlers do not
it's an
like to get
ethics
involved
thing
with
now.
other
Like,
wrestlers' women,
And on some real G shit, like they're
unless your
in the
name is John
entertainment
Cena.
business. They are
Unless
into
your name's John
entertainment
Cena, he
business.
didn't give a fuck. That's why
No,
I
but
like John
That's what
Cena.
you sign up for.
it's
Like,
an ethics
hold on, wait,
thing now.
hold on. Give me 1 second, my dude. It's like with when Jimmy Uso. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I watched Total Divas because my girl used to watch Total Divas, right? Y'all remember that whole angle about Naomi basically being a love interest, but they didn't
to
say who it was
somebody,
supposed to
yeah.
be.
Oh, the
And
Miz, I
Wait,
remember that.
Jimmy
wait.
Yeah, I
People
Uso,
remember
thought she
that.
was
he
dating
wasn't trying to
Jay.
hear that shit. I think Jimmy Uso was a clown ass nigga for doing that. You stop in the bag, nigga.
Do you think the reason why they're not doing any of these storylines, they're not like totally going into it, was because of what happened with Woman and Chris? Because it was
It's an ethics thing now. They're like
It's
that
ethics.
across the board. Like, we just talked about the draft earlier in the show. Another reason is unrelated to what we're talking about, but it's related at the same time. But if you notice, when they do a draft now, even though we know it doesn't mean shit, but for the sake of argument, let's just pretend it does mean something. Every time they do a draft, any people who are together in real
yeah, the
life are
couples
always
the
on the
couples are
same
always teamed
brand.
up together.
Right. So if the Street Profits are going to go to SmackDown, then Bianca Belair is going to go to SmackDown. If Becky Lynch is going to go to Raw, then Seth Rollins is going to go to Raw. Like, they don't break the couples up anymore. Back in
Let
the day,
Miyagi Toph talk. Toph
back in
Miyagi.
the day, they didn't give a fuck about that.
Yep.
You could be dating in real life and they didn't care. They would put you on different brands. Remember when Big Cass was dating Carmella and they left Carmella on they left her on NXT, but then they called
And
up
they called
Enzo
him Enzo
and
and
Cass.
Yeah.
Right. So back then they didn't care. They still took chances back then. But somewhere around like the mid 2010s, they just became like corporate and shit. And like they don't take chances anymore. So
Yeah, but
they
quick
just
question.
don't do
We'll
stuff.
go back to what we said earlier. It goes back to Ziggler and Rusev.
They're
Hey,
worried
you want to
about
split us
they're
up?
worried
We're just
about
gonna
the
get
backlash
engaged
from
on fucking
Edge.
Twitter and like call it all out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let Dynasty talk. Cause
No,
Dynasty
I saw what I had to say. I'm good.
no, we didn't hear what you said. Say that one more time.
Oh no! What I'm saying is, it goes back to the Rusev, Lana, and Ziggler thing. I mean, you can have a storyline, but all right, you want to break us up? All right, we're going to get engaged on Twitter and show you in real life we're together. Let's split us up like that.
TMZ
And,
broke that shit out.
Yeah.
Quick question though.
And if you think about it, what they did to Lita with the whole Edge situation, that was
funny.
fucked up. The
Oh
fans was
god.
calling her a hoe, a slut. John
Yo,
Cena
she
called
got
her a
slut
hoe.
shamed every week.
Yeah,
I
man.
think
She
another
still
one
goes to
too.
that. Like, Lita still goes to that shit.
I think another one too that people don't bring up enough, and we didn't really see the long term damage of it because she retired, was the whole CM Punk and AJ Lee thing, because they started dating and then they got married, and then see if you remember when they were doing Total Divas, they wanted to include every girl, and every girl was on the show except AJ Lee, and it was awkward because she was the Divas champion. They literally had every woman on the show except her. And I remember all the fans kept requesting, "Hey, WWE, can you guys put AJ Lee on the show?" And she was
I
never
heard
on the
that
show.
was I heard that was
Actually,
AJ
I heard
Lee's
AJ
choice
Lee
though.
was not
I heard
AJ Lee was
AJ
not
didn't
liked
want
in
to
the
be on it.
background.
Yeah, she did. She
wasn't
did not
liked
want to be on the
backstage.
show.
Yes.
So
Speaking.
she didn't. So that was
Speaking.
her
And
choice.
if you remember when CM Punk quit, they kept chanting his name during her matches, and it made a lot of girls upset. And so from that point on, I think
Who
that's when
cares?
WWE as a company, they just started like respecting the privacy of like relationships. And so Like, but like you guys are saying, clearly we saw Lana and we saw Lana and Rusev, and we saw Lana and Lashley. So clearly Rusev was down for it, Lana was down for it. So the fact that
She's
they
for the
did that,
ring. She's
right,
for the
that
ring.
tells me that either Rusev or Lana or both went to Vince and they just said, "Yo, we're down," because there's no way Vince just said, "Okay, this is what I want you to do." They probably told Vince they were cool with it. So I
Well,
guess
that
if a couple
storyline
was open to
sucks.
doing it, they
So
would do it. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, my
You
I
know,
guess
closing,
but that storyline sucked though.
my closing, my
this all started back in '96 when Kevin Sullivan booked his ex-wife to be with Chris
he
Benoit,
booked his divorce.
and she
He
left
booked
him
his
to
divorce.
go to Chris Benoit.
yeah,
That's when everything started.
my closing,
Oh my god.
my closing question, because I gotta leave off here. But my closing question to all of y'all is: did y'all see what AJ Lee said on Instagram or wherever? She said, I know it's off track, but it's still on her. But she was saying that when the Shield would come out, she would lose. She would she would stop knowing how to count and stuff, because I don't know what it was, but she said every time the Shield would come out, she would just start getting confused and didn't know how to count or tell time and stuff. Maybe she had a crush on one of the members or something.
Wait, hold on,
She was smitten on Roman Reigns. Probably.
But AJ, wait, hold on. You said
I said AJ. I
you
said
said you
AJ.
saying that like AJ Lee was a timekeeper or something.
No, I find it weird. I find it funny that when she said every time they would come out, she would stop learning how to count numbers and stuff. Like she was
Where did you get?
like he was.
Where did you get this, sir? Where did you get this?
he be coming
No,
up random shit.
I seen a post on Instagram earlier, and she literally said it out her mouth. She was like, I couldn't tell time. Every time I would see the Shield come out to their entrance, I would stop learning how to tell time or count and stuff. Like
Maybe
she
like
would, like she had a crush on one of the members or something. Well,
On some real shit. Yo, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all niggas say. I really held back. I really been holding back a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what none of y'all niggas say. You'll know how savage I was from before. But I'll let y'all cook. Go ahead.
What was the Savage gonna be about?
He was gonna kick him out.
Oh yeah,
Blacksaw understands the wave.
It's so random.
Why
Like,
gotta keep getting kicked out?
I've been very generous.
Why gotta be keep getting kicked out? I just like to say
No,
everything.
it's not only you per se. Like, all right, because you're not an OG of the channel, right?
Yeah.
When motherfuckers say dumb shit, I normally get the fuck out of here.
I got the boot.
Everybody here got the boot from before. Like, don't take it personal.
I never
He's
did.
like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, but
one of us did.
I'm about to leave off. Y'all have a good night.
Nah, don't do that, Marcus. You see,
he's
that's
gonna
the
get off.
thing. Why y'all getting all sensitive?
No, I gotta get off for real. I gotta get off.
Yeah, he said he gotta get off anyway.
Oh, all right.
Oh man.
All right, good
Yeah,
night.
shots go out to
All right,
Marcus though. Like, you know what I'm saying? On Joseph side, Marcus always
Marcus.
do contribute to the channel. So
Always.
9-minute
Every
warning.
show.
9-minute warning.
you already know. Cause you know why? After this, I'm about to go play some more PS5.
I was watching an old
playing?
WWE pay per view.
After this, I'm gonna play some more some more 2K23.
All right.
Do y'all speak before we leave? Do y'all see how Samara looks now?
So what?
Who?
Who's that?
All right, at least I ain't the only one.
Paige.
Oh, Soraya.
Soraya, she gotten a little thicker. About time she gained some weight.
She's
I mean,
always
she
Ryan,
off the drugs.
Ryan
So.
then got thick.
she's
That's
always
what
been thick.
happens. That's what happens when you're sober. But
Yeah.
she's always had it.
Yeah, she's always been thick. It's the camera angles, bro. They don't. This thing, man. I'm not trying to sound perverted. The
She ain't as
Oh,
thick.
WWE.
just fuck that, yo, Choke, man. Like you like
She ain't as
bitches,
thick
don't
as
you?
Tony Storm. But hey,
No, it's not even
Hey.
that, bro. It's the camera angles of how different companies film people.
true.
The zoom, the way that WWE does their camera budget. If you notice, for the girls, is always a zoom out because in WWE they want to make everyone seem larger than life. You don't really see any zoom ins and stuff. You know,
They
Bailey has
zoom
always
in
been
on
big.
they zoom in on Bianca Belair. Somebody be looking shit.
They used to zoom
They're
in
not
on
getting
That's
those
you just
shit.
zooming in.
They used to zoom in on Lacey Evans' ass
No,
every
that
time.
yeah,
she
I'll give you
Whoa,
was-
that
yo,
for sure. For sure. They don't deny
all
that
up
one.
in her ass crack.
I don't know Lacey
I
Evans.
never
All
got
I
to see
know
it
is
because
a
I was at that
sergeant.
show.
The
I don't know
pervious.
Lacey Evans, bro. All I know is a sergeant slut. She's about to be an
Oh
OnlyFans.
Yeah, yo,
god!
Sergeant Slut. Yo, I'm
The
telling you.
pervious, the pervious zoom in of all time
Yeah,
was
Soraya always
Melina?
looked
with the
like that.
beautiful people's
Mel-
entrance
Freaking,
at
Oh yeah,
TNA.
let the pigeons
Yeah.
loose.
oh,
Yeah,
the
double
the
stop.
beautiful people. Yeah,
I thought the zoom in was on Melina because they was always
See,
trying to
that's
look
what
at
I
her
knew.
ass
That's what I
crack.
knew right there, boys. That's what I knew because like I think we all have like that moment, right? This has happened to all of us before, where like we realize that a certain wrestler is dating another wrestler. I think I always remember where I was. I was watching. I think I was watching like a YouTube clip, like on school or something, and I saw like a picture of Chris Sabin and Velvet Sky, and I was like, wait. What? Chris Sabin's hitting that? And that's when I realized I was like, yo, man, most of these chicks, they're just regular girls, dude. They're just like
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
has a chance.
yeah,
Anybody has a chance, bro.
Yeah, I mean she's with Bully
yeah.
Ray.
Then why I
She
never got
was
Jay
with Billy
Cargill?
Ray
What
Oh,
the
she
fuck?
was. They're not together. I didn't know.
They've
Because
been
you ain't got
together.
no
He's a
game.
fool.
You know how he is.
Bully
That
Ray, Bully Ray really fumbled the ball with her.
Yeah.
Who remembers
they
that?
gonna get us off the market, B. She's never gonna be on the market. She happily married.
Yo,
I
can
want to know.
anybody? Does
I
anybody
want to know
remember
why ain't nobody snatch up Jacqueline? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Isn't she married now?
No, she
Yeah,
never
like
been
how,
married.
how you know she not married?
She's single. It's all on her Instagram. She's not married at all.
because Scott's looking for his next mountain lion to bang?
Nah, Jacqueline's
Nah,
too young for Scott.
no, I was going to say
Really?
something. That'd be fucked up.
What
I
are
say
you
she's
trying
still
to
holding
say?
out hope for Jeff Jarrett.
Jacqueline ain't married, man. She ain't married because everybody had a turn, and I love Jacqueline.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
Exactly.
stop
man.
going to Jacqueline. She's definitely
Jacqueline's a
she's like the
badass.
grandmother of
Oh yeah, for
wrestling.
sure.
hmm
Yeah,
No,
Jackie's a
but
badass.
That's how it was back then. I ain't even trying to be graphic. That's how it was like in the 80s and the 90s and shit. Like before women's wrestling became like
Jacqueline was the
more
reason why
acceptable.
I tuned into Monday Night Raw when she popped up. I said, "Oh damn!"
Right. Back
She
then,
She was in that
open
referee
reason.
outfit.
every roster had that one girl where it was like everybody had a turn. You know, just the girl that was just there for the guys to entertain themselves.
And
'Cause,
Perk
you know,
Angle
all
was
the
all up
ladies-
in it.
Yo, you
Perk
stupid.
Angle
Jeff
was
Jarrett
all
for
up
sure.
Y'all
Back in the
remember?
Memphis days.
No,
Y'all remember
hold on. Before we get up out of here, I'm gonna let Black Saul lead with this one. Before we get up out of here,
Uh-oh.
who was the baddest bitch in the Attitude Era? The baddest looking bitch.
And the attitude era?
The
And
Attitude
that
Era?
attitude there.
Yeah.
Damn.
And remember the
Yeah.
Attitude Era? I'm gonna extend that shit to WCW, ECW, all that
All
as
right,
a
so
whole.
then I got mine. Yeah.
Charmel when she was a Nitro girl.
Really?
Okay.
You gotta look her up.
I think Charmel looked better when she was
forgot
Queen
about the Nitro
Charmel.
girl.
Queen Charmel
No.
looked way
Kimberly.
better.
Look her
Kimberly.
up when she was a Nitro girl.
Oh,
Kimberly Page.
Kimberly
Who?
Page, that's a
I
good
got
one. Yo,
the,
Kimberly Page was better.
I
Yeah.
can't pronounce her name. The stripper with Raven, the one who did the striptease.
Kimona Wanalea?
Kimono Wanalea,
Yeah.
Yo, whatever happened to her?
She's still around. She's still around.
No,
She's got
Yo,
some
shots go out to Kimono Wanalea.
Right.
Actually,
looks the same.
Actually, Terry Reynolds was the baddest chick when she
Nah.
first debuted with Goldust.
I like
Yeah.
when she was
Say the name,
Marlena.
Sam,
When she was
before I do.
Marlena, she looked good. When she was Marlena, she looked good.
Those are real cigars too. Those aren't fake.
Yeah.
He does it. She doesn't top Kimberly Page.
Dawn Marie.
Yeah.
Dawn Marie was
Yo,
a bad.
Dawn Marie, yo.
Dawn Marie.
Y'all
was a
heard me.
fucking-
Y'all heard me
Yeah,
front
she
the
was a
model for Dawn Marie. Yo, when
Dawn
she
Marie
was
was on
with
the
the
tip.
Impact players, oh my god.
Dawn Marie
I've
was a
always
freak,
said this. To me, the most overrated person. Maybe she's overrated. I just think either she's overrated or it just hasn't aged well. I think Sable was just the epitome
Of
of
the 90s. She was
what
just the Pam Anderson 1B.
Just,
Right,
that's-
I think Sable was the
fake titty.
epitome of just what was the trend at that time because
Exactly.
every
I
era,
don't
like
know.
the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, every era, there's like, okay, this is what a beautiful chick is. Like in the 80s, everyone loved Miss Elizabeth, like the teeth, like
I didn't understand that either.
yeah, I
Now,
know, man.
Elizabeth got
it's
better
not for
looking
us
in
because we were
90s.
kids then.
She
you
got
know?
better looking when she got the WCW.
Yeah. Well, she was
Yeah.
when Elizabeth was with NWO. Yeah.
Yeah, she looked good then. Yeah, she really did. Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I always thought Sable
freaking-
was very overrated. I never really got it. I
Yeah.
thought Sonny was more attractive, honestly, and I wasn't a Sonny fan either.
That was before every single drug in the known universe got into
That was before the drugs. That was before the drugs and the DUIs, man.
Oh, the drinking.
Yeah, fuck Sonny. Like,
Yeah, she
during that
need to
time,
be
yeah, fuck her.
jailed.
But yeah, at first, you know, when she
Nah.
was at her prime, Sonny, when she was at her prime, when she was with the smoking guns.
Nah, when she was with LOD.
That's because she was clean.
Yeah,
She was
she
the most,
needs to be
LOD
she was the most
2000.
Googled. She was the
Yeah.
most searched, I think, woman on the internet at the time. So
Yeah, she need to be in jail. But
Oh, no
for
doubt.
me,
Yeah.
She is
but
in
for
Yeah,
me,
that
jail.
ass
No,
though.
I
You
mean,
ain't
like
never lie.
she should not be out.
I find
Yeah,
it
she
so
need to be
funny
in
that
jail.
they're stolen with that case. I really find that so funny that they're stolen with that case. What's up with that
Yeah.
case?
I'm shocked
I'll
she
look
hasn't
it
been
up.
in
I'll
jail.
look it up before
It's
we
the
go.
jury
We're running out of time.
selection.
I'll look it up before
Yeah.
we go and see what it says because I know she was found guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her real
Yeah.
name's Tammy Stitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tammy Stitch,
she
yeah.
need to be.
She's
I'm
waiting
gonna
for her
look her up.
sentence. That's
I'm gonna
what.
She
look it up
gotta
right now.
be at this point.
So you do know that even with murder cases, you could be found guilty, but you won't get your sentencing until like maybe a year later.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, like
at
all
least
those
a
Yeah,
few
of course.
months after.
Yeah.
Then you get your time served.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is right here. I just read this sentence. In May 2022, Stitch was arrested on DUI and manslaughter related charges after toxicology reports found that her blood alcohol content was about 3.5 times the legal limit during a fatal car crash.
That's
After
ridiculous.
initially being released after posting a $200,000 bond, a judge deemed her to be a danger to the community and revoked
Yeah.
her bond 6 days later, and Stitch was returned to jail while she awaits trial. If found guilty, she will spend 26 years to life in prison. Jesus.
To be honest, she deserves that at
Yeah.
this point.
And
How many times
remember,
are we gonna get away from?
remember, that's not even counting the fact that she actually murdered somebody.
Yeah.
And
So
molested
if she
somebody while they was sleep drunk. So
and
that's
so
like
Right,
if they
right. Yeah,
find
the Ziggler
yeah,
thing still pisses me off to this day. That's the biggest double standard. If the guy did what she did and bragged about it,
He'll be under the jail.
canceled.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
He'd be
What
blackballed
she
for life.
did to Chris Candino alone says fuck her.
Mhm.
Oh,
Did you guys see
He
that?
could have
Did you guys
left.
see
He
that,
could have left at any point.
Before we get up out of here, this is a great transition. Did you guys see the Chris Candido Dark Side of the Ring episode?
yeah,
Yeah.
I turned it off
Yeah.
because I was so disgusted.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, it
finish
was
that
really
either.
sad. It was really fucking sad.
Yeah, I couldn't finish that either.
Now,
I'm
if
like,
you want to
get
see
the fuck
something
out of
funny,
here.
look at the Dark Side of the Ring with Vince Russo and Eric Bishop.
No.
That shit
Let's
was
not switch
funny.
gears. Hold on. Let's not switch gears. Let's get back to that. Like seriously.
You know what the fucked up part is? The fucked up part is Shawn Michaels is the only reason he's alive is because he's not with her anymore. Nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, did Sonny really drain the life out this dude?
Yes, he did. He did.
Well,
Sean
I don't know about that because the blood clot really has something to do with his death.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he was clean for a while after that.
Turned his life to God after.
Yeah.
Like during the after effects of that relationship.
Sean got lucky for real.
Man, I think Sean was the reason that Sonny got into the drugs. If you think about it. Everybody said for some reason, Shawn Michaels had Scott Hall on the Percocets and the cocaine. He got Marty Jannetty fucked up. He had Sonny fucked up. And if it wasn't for his wife saying that she was going to,
I don't know about Marty Jannetty.
I think Marty might have put Sean on.
Marty definitely put Sean on. You got to see the dark side.
Yeah,
you got to see the dark side of the ring with Marty Jannetty, bro.
Yeah. Because he definitely put him on. He said he was a quiet kid. Like, oh, this is how we do things in the business.
Yeah, Marty was a wild boy.
Triple H didn't do any of the crazy drug. I mean, he did steroids, but he didn't do any like crazy shit like cocaine or alcohol or anything. Triple H
but he got off the shit early, so.
Trips is married to wrestling.
Triple H was the person. Triple H was there to keep everybody in line. For what I found,
he was a designated driver.
That's his issue.
Yeah,
he was the one that kept Sean alive. Sean was like fucking vomiting on his own spit while he was sleeping. Shit.
Exactly.
And that's really dangerous. It really is. You know.
That is.
That's how Crash Holly died.
And Triple H literally walked. He literally walked away from Shawn Michaels. It was after the WrestleMania incident. He's like, "Look, I can't be your friend no more. Fix your shit up."
He did the same with Flair.
Yeah, he said after the. That was after WCW. No, that was They never talk about that because I'm like, bro, Triple H was like, bro, I saved your life.
Was real, and Triple H don't want to throw your dirty laundry out like that. He just didn't want to do that, and it's like the fact that it was
Triple H don't want to throw dirty laundry out there like that. Just ask Kofi Kingston.
No, I mean it's Kofi Kingston, but this is Shawn. Like, I think Triple H looked up to Shawn, and he was really disappointed.
But wouldn't you be disappointed? I mean, you saved this guy's life on multiple occasions and covered for him, and now you reached your breaking point where you're like, you know what, dude, you got to help yourself now. I can't fuck with you no more.
Like he did the same to Ric Flair.
Ric Flair was just as bad. Like,
no. So what happened with Ric Flair was going through a depression. And Triple H was like, "Look, bring him to Evolution. I want to work with him." I mean, he was the. I think the fact that WCW went out of business really depressed Ric Flair, because Ric Flair did not.
That's Ric
Flair was the WCW.
He was depressed in WCW.
He was depressed.
Yeah, exactly.
He was.
Yeah.
He had lost.
Dynasty hit the nail. Like this dude, Ric Flair couldn't wait for WCW to die.
Once they dropped the ball on the Four Horsemen reunion is when he just checked out.
Yeah, he checked out. I agree.
And shout out to Henny God. Henny God is watching the replay right now. Yo, Henny God, make sure you leave this comment in the replay. Not on this live right here, but on the replay. And for everybody there, hold on one second. Everybody that watches the replays, please leave the comment. You can say anything. You know what I mean? You can talk about like, oh, you was wrong about this. You was wrong about that. You can talk about your rants during that particular video. Just leave a comment because that brings more revenue. That brings more eyes to the round table. And, hey, it's free. Why not? And,
I'm waiting for one of the guys to start hating on the show. That's when you know you made it. Like these people that we're not going to mention their names.
What you mean? Motherfuckers been hating like that.
No,
No, he's
I'm just
talking
saying.
about like another group beefing with us, right? Like that kind of
Yes,
thing.
like I'm waiting
It's
for
gonna
like
happen.
JD.
It's gonna happen.
I'm waiting for JD to say something or
JD's
technical work rate say something.
I
It's
don't
gonna
think we'll ever get there because like we disagree and shit all the time, but like all
Whoa,
our
whoa,
energy.
whoa! Don't do that.
No
Don't do
offense,
that.
no offense, bro.
Don't do
No
that.
offense, bro. But this is the type of podcast that'll get hate from Jim Cornette, bro. No
Not
offense.
really.
Because
I think
on some,
Jim
hold
Cornette
on,
is
wait, hold
fair.
on. On some real G shit, we different. You know why we different? Because me myself, dog, like, you know what? No other podcast has an open forum when it comes to wrestling talk.
And we don't throw shade at other people, so I don't think
We
Jim
really
Cornette would
don't.
get
We're in our
upset.
own realm.
Exactly.
He'll
And
probably
the other
laugh
thing,
at
and the
some
other
of the
thing we
shit
do
that we
too,
talk
and
about.
the other thing we do too is, you know, I ain't trying to throw shade. I'm just being honest. Like, we're not characters. Like, this is who we are. A lot
Right.
of people who
Right.
do shows and shit, they're not. They're, you know, it's whatever. You know, you got to do what you got to do for the revenue. A lot of people, like the JD dude, he's a work. You know, that's not who he is. It's a character he does for views and shit. Half the stuff he says, he doesn't believe in it. He's just saying it because he knows it gets attention. You're not going to get any of that from anybody here on the roundtable. We're all going to just be who we are. It is what it is. And the other thing that
Right.
Sandman does,
He's
and
actually
I'll give
cool in
Sandman
person, by
flowers
the
for this.
way.
I hate it when people do this. I hate it when people like they like doing the show, right?
You
And
give
they're
me my
like, yo,
flowers? Oh
yeah,
shit! Thank you, Tony.
I'm gonna give you. I'm
We
gonna give you
getting
flowers for this because
flowers.
I'm gonna give you flowers because unfortunately, and I fucking hate to say this, man, I ain't trying to throw my own people under the bus because I've noticed like a lot of fucking there's not that many there's not that many people like in the wrestling community with a platform that are black. You know, like when you go on YouTube or you know, and you just put in like wrestling news, right? It's mostly white folks. It is, you know. So there's not that many black folks that do what we do.
I think the only
But
other black person is Sat
Hold
Yang.
on, hold on. He's giving me my flowers. Let me give him my flowers.
The few black folks that I
Let him
can't.
put me over.
There are some other black YouTubers out there, and it's like they'll do like the call in, right? But then when they call in, it's like they'll let them be in for like fucking 30 seconds and just cut them off. It's like, no, bro. Like if you have like a fucking show and people support your shit, then the least you can do is let them stay on for like 5 minutes, you know, not 30 seconds, you know, like, you know, it's disrespectful. And so what I like about you, Sandman, is like, you know, first you make sure the person is who they say they are. You know, we don't need no chocolate bars on stream. And then once they confirm that
pause
shit,
on that, definitely.
right. And then once they confirm that shit, then you just let them stay and you let them cook as long as they're respectful and this whatever. So more black.
This is why I fucks with
Well, I will say
This is
this.
why I fucks with Tove.
I will
I
say
appreciate
this.
that, my guy. Thank you.
I will
If
say this.
Sandman is
The day
anything,
Mercedes
Sandman is the
curses me
quarterback.
out, I'm gonna say this: the
He's the
day that
Patrick Mahomes
Mercedes
of this
curses
group.
me out on Instagram, that's how I know I made it.
Oh god, I would.
If she cursed me out on Instagram and y'all get word of that, then I know I made an impact.
Oh
I
god.
feel important.
Yeah,
Sandman
man.
is better
Like,
than
Block you for no reason.
yeah,
I
like
would
I
never
just
No, you
because
gotta
I
mention my
always
name and
notice
curse
that
me out.
shit. I've been watching other podcasts. They just want to just stay to themselves and shit like that. They just keep everybody in the comment section. And it's like, yo, I think that when it comes to most of them, they just can't handle somebody else's opinion. When somebody else have their opinion, they just want to lose their mind and all that. It's not that serious.
Nah.
It's not.
So that's why I
No,
wanted to create this avenue where, you know what I mean, us. I don't give a fuck who it is. You can be black, white, yellow, Japanese, cat, dog.
I guess
dead ass. Dead ass.
one day
As long as you stick to the topic and you don't sound like a fucking mongoloid, you good.
I guess
That's
one
why
day we gotta show off.
I guess we ain't gonna have Al Snow on here then.
Al Snow, you said.
Yo, you
Al
ever hear him
Snow?
talk?
Al
Like,
Snow,
it's
what
like,
happened?
Yo, to this day, Al Snow head is probably still the craziest shit in wrestling. This dude legit got I want head over.
We
Oh
want
my God,
head.
the fucking head was in the video game.
We want head. Oh god.
But hold on. But I do gotta fall back. We went
Oh yeah.
quarter overtime. Yo, you already know the vibes. Y'all motherfuckers is awesome. Make sure y'all hit the like, the sub, and share. Why not? You know what I mean? I appreciate all y'all for pulling up, and y'all already know Tuesdays and Fridays we go live 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. You dig?
We dig.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
You guys are awesome, and don't be a twerp.
That's why I call Sandman the Patrick Mahomes of this group.
Peace out, motherfucker.